Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day, I'm gonna make.
Hey guys, Tony the Soy Sauce Assassin. Welcome to the Wednesday night show. And yeah, I'm just catching up on time. I'm just running late. Running late. So, all right, here we go. Tonight we're smoking the Metropolitan Host from Fario Tego. Yeah, there you go. Host. I had this for a while. I just never got around to smoke it. But I'm hoping this is good. Ooh, smooth. It's like very velvety soft. Oh, very nice. Very, very nice. And we just got Mating Amaya on the other end.
What's up?
So, want to clear it up. I already told everybody, you were the lowest number on the list of OGs when I hand it over. That may be, so that's why you were used.
I am the OG.
Okay. Before you, there's still Damon Jones, but I haven't heard from Damon Jones for a while, so I just kind of excluded it from that list. Right? It wasn't a test. It just happened. Besides,
Sure.
I would think if it was affordable, you would think about it.
Man, I want it, but fuck, it's expensive. Even $500.
Huh?
Even for $500.
It's gotta be between 4 to 5. I think it's gotta be 4.
Yeah.
Because I'm not adding any bling bling on it or anything like that. So, but
yeah,
it's made out of sterling silver, so that thing's gonna last like forever.
Okay.
Because I could have do it for 300 with zinc, but do you really want zinc that are plated?
No.
No, right? So you guys want a quality product. So, it's like $100 difference. So why wouldn't you go with... Okay, it's a little bit more than $100 difference because the mold cost for zinc is significantly cheap. The mold cost for sterling silver is about $200 something more than the zinc. So, I wanted to give everybody a good expectation of what it could be, because if you gotta get one of these things, you want to, even if you're not gonna wear it, put it on the shelf. It looks good.
No, fuck it. I'm gonna wear it all the goddamn time. Shit.
Because I really don't want a product that's so far away from the one that I made for myself that it wouldn't make sense, right? If it's gonna be 1/3 of the price, it needs to look at least 1/3 of the cool. Right?
Oh, yeah.
And I really don't want... I think all of you will complain a year later that all of your rings yellow.
Yep.
If it's made out of zinc. The plate just gonna wear off. You gotta go replate it. Every time you go replate it, it's about $40. 10 times later, you're paying $400.
Damn.
Sterling silver, all you had to do, put it in aluminum salt water. Goes back to silver. Right? So that's my thought of it. And I think so far, they gave me 3 rough draft. One of them is just not even close. Okay? One of them is not even close. I think I can show the one of them here. One of them is not even close. How do I So this one, this one is the other design, which I think is kind of all over the place. It's like Somebody just decided to take a blank ring and just have everybody engrave it, and that's it, call it a day.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't go with that one. But the other two, it's on the right track.
Right.
I honestly
first
think
one I
that the one from the first one, to take the side from the first one and put it on the second one with the square ones, it looks okay, right? But it's missing something. I don't know what's missing, but it's missing something. Keep in mind, the reason why it's slightly more expensive is because everybody is gonna have their own OG number on it. That means additional mold for that one side for everyone.
Wow.
Every single one person needs to have a different mold for the side.
That's right.
That's why it's kind of expensive, okay?
Yeah. That's
And
crazy.
here's what I'm considering, right? In order to make this work, if we can't get enough people, we'll have to open to regular members. However, regular members, keep in mind, there's a bigger problem, okay? If you ever become a prestige member, you're screwed. Okay?
That is true.
It literally means they had to make a brand new mold for a ring.
Yep. Because we ain't making no prestige.
All right? So, prestige member will have the rings. OG member will have the ring. If we make regular member, that side where the prestige member is, where OG number is, it's gotta just say Legion member. I don't know if you guys want that.
I know.
I mean, we could do it. We could do it. I just think that if you're not hardcore enough, don't spend this money. I really don't want you just to regret it and sell that on eBay.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Val find it.
Yeah, and then Val had to find it, right?
Oh man. That ring does look badass though.
The reason why I want to do the number on it so that you guys, if any of you put it on eBay, I know who that is.
Right.
So, you know, it's gonna be super awesome. Think about it. It's $2. It's about $2, but you keep it for a lifetime.
I'll find it. Val said he'll find it.
You keep it for a lifetime. Now, doesn't matter if none of you guys do it. I'm totally fine with that. Okay, it's actually annoying, more of a hassle for me to get this done, right? You know, because now I had to find another designer. I had to find a designer to rough draft it, sculpt it, and then I have to find jewelers to put it together, which I already did, and that's what the rough price draft was. Okay, so this is why I personally think, in my opinion, if I'm gonna spend $500 on a ring, it doesn't matter. Like at that point, it doesn't matter how much I spend. And it's not $500, like 400. 400 chip.
I'm just rounding up 500. Yeah.
But
it's just easier in my head.
All right. And
so
it's actually like 300 something, and everybody's sharing portion of that mold cost.
God damn it, Tony.
Uh-huh.
I want one.
You know, that mold cost is what that mold costs more than the ring itself. Let's just say that. The mold for the ring costs more than the ring is.
Yeah.
But unlike the one that I made, $1,500 one, if you guys damaged it, I had to get it reissued, I can do that. The $1,500 one I cannot, because they handmade that thing. Takes long ass time. Now when I say handmade that thing, What do you want, Brendan?
Oh shit!
What do you want, Brendan? I can't hear you, Brendan.
Can't hear you.
You know, this is the best time to bitch at Brendan, the first 5 minutes, because nobody can hear him.
Right. I can hear you.
I want a ring.
You want a ring, but you can't.
Why? There you go. I'm smoking the same thing.
Because we're doing it for the root members first.
For the who members?
The root members.
The OGs. The OGs.
You're reinstated.
Oh, okay. I'm an ROG. I'm a rock.
Rough IRA.
I'm not an OG anymore. I'm an ROG. That's cool. That's good. That's good. Hey, Lewis, about that Shadow Smokers coming out.
Oh, that's funny. So, realistically, what's the time frame we're looking at this to get one?
It could be. It depends how fast they work. Probably 2 months.
Oh, really? 2 months?
It's possible. I mean,
Wow.
if Brendan was the one that make it, it'll take 6 months. But this will probably take 2 months.
I mean, that's what I was thinking. I'd be okay with 6 months.
See, everybody's happier with that.
Hey, Steve.
What's up, Steve?
Yeah,
What's up,
I don't
Steve?
know yet because like right now I don't even know if we gotta have enough members to do it. So this is just a draft. Put it out there. Yada yada yada. And see where it goes. I don't know. But I honestly don't want to open to regular Legion members only because I think some people will regret it at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Some people will regret it at the end. I'm pretty sure. Like, you know, if knowing that we can find a coin on eBay, we can probably find that ring on eBay.
Big rut. I like that. I like that.
So we will try to see how that works out. I don't know. I honestly, I know people asked before, and I tried to make it happen, but they are not cheap stuff. I don't know what to tell you, dude. You buy a lighter, you need like $100, okay? So, like, you know, how much you think that, you know, the ring's gonna cost, right? So,
$20, $30.
if we can buy a sterling silver, they might as well sell it to you at cost.
Just send me the pattern. I'll print my own.
Well, that's different. You're printing on out of fiber.
That'll be printed out of plastic, but I'll chrome dip it. It'll look the same.
Well, that's exactly the thing I was talking about. Because they had an option to make out of zinc base and just plate it, and it would be much cheaper. But it's not gonna last,
I'll take a gold one.
you know. And gold is actually just copper plated. They're not really gold. I
I'll
don't
take
know.
a 14 karat gold.
Right? No. But we'll see. We'll see how that works out. I already took those design, tell them to fix it. And chances are they might be just like that guy who's making my patch and says, "I'm done with you."
Tony, I'm already saving up for Miami. I don't need something else I need to be saving up for too.
I'm just telling you, it's there. But you know, if we can get 10 people before you, anybody after that, we can get them to do it because the mall will be there.
Okay. Well, we know Hashi's gonna get one.
Hashi's not gonna get one.
What?
He doesn't wear rings.
Oh, what the fuck? Bring that up.
I mean, Brendan doesn't even wear a ring. He wears a wedding ring and does it at the end. See?
Martine.
I don't either.
I have a wedding ring I don't wear.
Shadow Smoker. I wear a fucking Shadow Smoker's Legion ring. Fuck yeah, I will.
Yeah, I did tell my wife I'll wear the Shadow Super Legion ring, but not the wedding.
Tony's gonna look like a freaking biker here pretty soon.
You're gonna be back there, Tony. I got room for you.
Well, no, she knows that, you know, as I get fat, the ring don't fit, so I don't wear it. If I got skinnier, I put it on.
Oh, okay.
So, Brendan, what brought you here?
The ring.
Yeah. The ring.
Really? Is it the ring?
It's the precious. No, I just got done with a couple of meetings and figured I'd jump in and see what's up.
Oh, by the way, Brendan is looking for self-motivated, hardworking people to work under Cigar Mechanic LLC. So if you're self-motivated, driven, who's not just gonna sit there and smoke cigars like we all do, apply with them.
Yeah, I'm looking for a personal assistant. So it's amazing when I posted that, like people are like, Cigar Mechanics hiring, and I got so many freaking messages from all these dudes that I know, and I'm like, no, to none of you, all of you, like no, because number one, we're dudes. Like we want to be out, we want to be about, we want to be adventurous, we want to have fun, we want to do things. Like there's a reason why it's not a sexist thing, but there's a reason why women are better as an assistant typically than most men. They tend to be more detail oriented. They tend to be a little bit calmer minded. They tend to be able to figure these things out a little bit more in depth than most of us dudes. Like we want to just go in there and tear something apart, put it together, or whatever it is, right?
I think I can do that better than most women.
Some of us are a little bit more feminine than others. I'm not going to judge that on you, Tony.
But yeah, if any female, not to be sexist, are looking to be an assistant. We're talking about assistant. And your job will basically be calling people, emailing people, contacting people, talk to people, and talk to him. Which will be the worst. That will be the worst part of your day. Everything else will be. And
Yeah, the hardest part of the job is dealing with me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm aware of that. I'm not an easy person, but at the end of the day, it's understanding computer systems and being able to reconcile books, making sure that we're paid for everything, checking for back orders, keeping customers happy, like all those types of things, right? It's the mundane back office stuff that takes me away from doing my job.
Yeah. And this is exactly why I cannot have assistant, because I'm anal as hell. Anybody who works with me will be like, I can't work with you.
Yeah.
But I think Brendan will be more tolerable than I am, because all the people that I work with don't want to work. I literally have messages and PayPal disputes that says this guy is abnormal.
If I can work with Tony, then you can work with me.
Right. Right. I am not even kidding about that. I am so bad that nobody can work with me. I demand so much that nobody can.
You've gotten better though.
I acknowledge that I'm hard to work with.
Well, the first part of it is admitting you have a problem, and you've gotten better.
Right now, I'm much easier with timeline, because if anything I'm rushed at, I already waited 2 years. Fucking COVID made me sit there for 2 years already. So really, even if I like to have something happen right away, if I can wait 2 years, I can wait 2. Not preferred, but I can wait.
Which actually, first off, what's up, Quakes? Hey, Steve, how's it going? And no, I don't need a cigar tester. That's my job. Secondly, that other thing that we talked about that you wanted me to do.
Yep.
I got the proofs today.
Send it to me later afterward.
Yeah. I haven't even opened it up yet, dude. I'm like 90 emails behind. That's why I need an assistant.
That's okay. We got time. So that's just a minor part of it. You see, I'm much easier to work with now. On screen,
much better.
Off screen, different story.
Well, and you're much more understanding, like the lighters, right? Like where are we at with the lighters? So I know we want to get the lighters done, but I just sent you photos because that one lighter, I wanted to make sure we actually had a physical print on it before we actually went to print, so we can make sure that you're happy before you get them all, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now you got that. Now we go to print.
Yeah, I mean, I showed you people, and they think it's cool. I showed it to my wife. She's like, "What's with the holes? That look like bullet holes." Oh, that looks cool.
Yeah, exactly.
It looks like a grip. Might as well look like bullet holes. So
right.
Keep in mind, there's only 2 of those, so one of them's going to me. So if I'm happy, I'm fine.
Thanks for the information that you can't say. Yep.
Oh man, come on. Michael kind of gave you guys an idea. You guys know what it is. We just cannot tell you yet, okay? Jeez.
Oh, dude, that thing that you have no idea, man. The stuff that we have planned is absolutely insane. That's gonna blow your guys' mind. Like, I honestly don't know how we're gonna outdo this trip.
Um,
So better than Arizona. I'm down.
based on the itinerary
yeah.
that I heard, yeah, so far. Because you said the third thing is not solid, right? Third thing is not solid. Sunday.
Everything that that I've worked on is a solid.
How much disposable income do I have to bring with me?
No. Brendan, I was told that Sunday is not solid.
Going to that other place?
Yeah.
It's let's just put it that it's like 95%.
Okay. That's pretty solid.
Yeah.
But is it like 95% regular or 95% weatherman?
It's 95% regular.
Because 95% when weatherman could be like shit. You know, that 95% chance you get 10 inches snow, you get like 1.
Correct. No,
Right.
it's I had another conversation with him this last week.
Okay. All right. So, and that's good. Hey, Albert.
Hey, what's up?
Albert, your
Albert?
light is really bright to a point where like your eyes disappeared.
There it is. Nope, back.
Better.
So, Brendan, what do you think of the TPE? Now that you went back. What do you think of?
I thought it was a good show. That's my favorite show of the year.
Well, I'm saying for compare this year to the last year, because I don't think there's a lot of new stuff that was announced this. There's some new stuff, but not a lot of new stuff. And then some of the stuff like the dumb news, like Alec Bradley being brought out, which just got completed not long ago.
Yeah, which is weird. The funny thing about that Alec Bradley thing is I was sitting with Bradley the night before that got announced. So I was literally sitting at the bar having drinks with them. We're talking about just company stuff and everything going on, and he's like, "Oh yeah, we're working on this project, this cigar, and we're working on that blend and this," and it's like, just zero inkling of any of this stuff. Like if you're selling a company, you'd think you go, "Oh yeah, we're really not working on anything new yet," but he's talking about like new blends they're working on, all this stuff. So it was like, and then the next day I wake up that they sold the company. I'm going, we just talked last night.
So did they just sell the company, but they also get Alec and Bradley? Basically, that's what it is.
I don't know, most likely because it's
Because if they're still working on blend, then they kind of get.
Yeah, that's kind of the way everybody does anything, anyways. So,
is this going to be kind of a thing where how Ernesto sold his company to General, and he's going to be working there for a little while, and then he branches out and does the whole thing again?
Probably have like this contract that you, after I buy the company, had to work for the company for a year or 2 years to make sure it's stable, and then you can go, kind of thing. And then you have this anti-compete for another year.
That's what I'm thinking.
Usually that's the case, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, they acquired Matt Booth, the Room 101, and Matt Booth's working for him. So,
Wow.
Same thing. Jonathan Drew and Switcher bought Drew Estate. Jonathan Drew stayed on. They paid him a grip of money, and they said you need to stay on also, and it's part of the negotiations.
Yeah, some people are just okay with just sit there and do what they do every day and still make the money without the risk.
Yep.
Right? When they sell their tobacco company and they still do the same thing, they don't have that risk anymore. How much they sell, not their problem.
Listen, somebody comes to me and says they're going to give me $75 million for my company, and all I got to do is, manage a team of salespeople. I don't have to go visit the shops every day anymore. Where's my check?
Right? I think that's a lot of money to buy Alec Bradley, because I think you can start another Alec Bradley with that money easy.
So that means that Lars Teton is also going to be sold off because Alec Bradley owned Lars Teton cigars, right?
I don't know if they own him. I don't know what that deal is.
But that was under their umbrella.
Yeah, it's under their umbrella, but I don't know if they own it.
Okay.
They might be distributing for them.
Distributing, that's what that's probably what it is.
Yeah, which is a completely different animal. I mean, Sutliff distributes for Patina, and they don't own Patina. Cuevas is picking up a brand that they're distributing, that they're going to start distributing for very, very soon, and they're not taking over. And just for Quakes, I can't tell you what that brand is that they're picking up right now. But Cuevas will be distributing another brand, but Quakes, I can't tell you.
I think we talked about that 2 weeks. And like when you just say that they're distributing another brand, I remember having that conversation, but now I don't remember what brand it is. So out of the TPE,
Well,
which
I
new
just
cigars
found out
are
about it. We didn't talk about it a couple weeks ago because I just found out. They started making another brand, so they started making Founders. They're making the brand for Founders.
Oh, that's what we talked about. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, but the brand that they're going to be distributing, I don't think it's been released yet that they're distributing for
Oh, okay,
them.
okay. All right, so it's different.
Correct.
Yeah,
I
so it
just
says-
found out.
So it shows 2019, Alec Bradley Cigars will become the sole distributor of Lars Teat cigars. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's just distributorship.
Okay, gotcha.
So in TPE this year, which release is by far your favorite?
I haven't smoked a lot of the new release stuff. I will tell you this: the one that's probably gonna be by far your favorite is there's a new one released, so Grand Habano.
Yeah, with the Davidoff. Yeah, you can
Yeah.
take my money already. Just take it. Just yeah. There you go.
Yep. That one is I have one to smoke. I have not smoked it yet. My palate is still not completely refreshed from the show, so I want to smoke it on a fresh palate.
Like Brendan's finally, it's like, oh, finally, I got something. Tony was like, no, he'll take it.
Listen, I mean, EP Carrillo. So EP Carrillo's had a release that wasn't really publicized a lot. I think it just publicized, but it was there's a limited edition that they're releasing called the Platinum Bash. Some of you guys saw the Platinum Bash packs. Michael Wells had some. If you bought like a box, he was sending them.
This thing?
Yep. So in that there was 3 cigars. Did you
Right.
smoke them?
I did smoke them.
Did you vote?
I did vote.
Okay. So the votes are in, they're tallied, and the Platinum Bash limited edition is the one that was voted for the most by the consumers.
Did it tell which one won? I don't even remember which one.
I don't know. I didn't even pay attention, but sorry, there's text coming in. I still got to work. So that one released. So that's gonna be the consumer's choice on the Platinum Bash from that pack. So it's really kind of cool.
Okay. I was
it's-
actually very interested in that Patina limited edition one, but $20 hard to chew down.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be really good though, because I know that Mo worked on that last year. He wanted it released last year, and then when PCA came around, he was smoking it, and he's like, "I can't release this; it's not ready." So he went back and did some more tweaks and changes to that because he didn't want to release something he wasn't happy with. So I know he put extra time into that. That 20-year is I've smoked some of the prototypes leading up to it, and those were very good.
Okay.
So I haven't smoked to the actual ones yet because he didn't have any samples on them.
Yeah, I had to debate why don't you get one or get a box. I don't, because it is, I mean, that Lancero look. Okay.
I'm getting 2 boxes.
You are?
Yeah, I ordered 2 boxes. I'm paying for 2 boxes. All 500 sold out. Like they're done.
Oh,
Wow.
quick.
Yeah, they were sold out at the show.
TPE didn't seem to have a lot of releases. PCA is probably where everybody drops their new blends. Just guessing.
They usually do because it's later in the year and it's like the bigger show.
Yeah, we were told that Casa Cueva is just not ready with their new ones.
Yeah, there's
Well,
one that they're working on. He's sending me samples of it to smoke. They feel like it's ready, but it was really kind of cool. I was talking to Lewis. He's like, until you smoke it, he's like, we're not going to release anything. He's like, I want to make sure that we all talk first. And I thought it was kind of cool. Like I get to be a part of that. To me, when like stuff like that happens, it still doesn't like register. It's still kind of one of those like kind of cool things, you know?
Mhm.
I feel like I'm still just a little kid in this thing, you know, in this whole world.
Jelly!
But to
Oh
know-
my god!
Yeah, but to know that there's like an opportunity to have a little bit of influence, you know, like on the Patrimonial, I got to smoke a lot of the different renditions of that and give my opinion on it. And that was, I know they value that opinion, and I think that's really cool. I'm really humbled by that. So that one they're sending. Espinosa released the Espinosa Especial in a Lancero and the Wasabi in a Lancero.
Yeah, I wonder how that wasabi is like, because it's a wasabi. It's like candela wrapper and binder, right?
Habano binder.
Habana binder. Okay, all right. Which one was like? There was one that we talked about that has Candela wrapper and Candela binder. I was like, that thing gotta be hell to smoke because the entire thing will be soft as hell.
That's Founders.
That's Founders.
That's Founders. Yeah, that's their Candela. But to answer Val, it's interesting to figure out when they want to release stuff. Typically, PCA has been kind of the place where they have always released, and TPE is so new that we're starting to see more and more releases at TPE. And I think we're going to actually start to see a shift in that, to be honest with you, because the TPE, the cigar portion of TPE just 4 years ago, was literally like the big four, and they had a folding table with a 8.5 by 11 piece of paper sign behind them saying what their brand was. That was it for many years. And now they've really pushed to get the cigar guys in there, and the brands that are going are absolutely loving the show because it's 1/10 of the cost for them to be there. So literally their first order or second order, they've made their nut. Everybody is so much more relaxed, so much more chill, that they're enjoying that show. And you have the big four there, so you're going to start seeing more stuff coming out of the TPE than you will PCA, I think, in the next couple of years.
Well, TPE changed the name, right? So they got to start carrying other stuff. I hope they don't not carry like vape.
That's what TPE is. PCA doesn't, but TPE is the Total Product Expo. It includes weed, CBD, but they separate it out. So like we have the red carpet, and that's just cigars. And then you go over and there's CBD, there's vape over there. They took over the whole convention center, and it's all sectioned out. You don't even smell.
They already have it anyway. That was just saying.
What's
They
that?
changed the name, but they didn't change the things that they carry over there anyway.
Correct.
That's so weird. Because it used to be called Tobacco Plus, right? Tobacco Plus.
Right.
Correct. But now,
Vape is not tobacco.
But because it includes CBD and marijuana, which it didn't in the past because marijuana wasn't legal.
So, like, if you walk in there, you gotta smell
There you go.
marijuana at some point, at like a corner or something like that.
Yeah, you're gonna smell it. That's gonna fuck up
Oh,
the
yeah,
environment.
Yeah, you walk back to the marijuana section, bro, you're gonna get high.
Oh shit!
Brand new box.
It
Hey,
looks like
Albert.
the accessory of really increase at TPE.
Hey Albert, what are you smoking?
Accessories.
All I saw was a couple cutters, and I did see the new lighter from Lotus, but like didn't intrigue me as nearly as much as the one we're gonna make. So
Where is that one?
I mean the ping on it is pretty cool. It's like a metallic flake with dot on it.
Yeah, it's a beautiful lighter.
Albert, why are you smoking today? And no ban on.
Oh, I'm doing a
Gonzalo?
little guy, Cameroon.
Bro, okay.
Little guy,
Yeah,
Cameroon.
it's got a little red thing on it, and I feel like it's like a upgraded version
That's cool.
of the other one. Where I had that lighter yesterday.
Triple?
It
Yeah.
feels like an upgraded version of this one.
It does. It's got a lot better weight, and it's got almost like a rubberized finish to it.
No,
And
That's
it's got
not good.
triple.
it's not good, man.
It's got a. Oh, yeah, it's great.
No, you don't want the rubberized stuff, man.
Okay, why is that? Here we go.
He already knows.
Here you go. No, I mean, all right. Look at some shit you have a couple years ago that's rubberized, and how's it feel?
Feels
It's all
great,
Sticky. Now it gets all sticky, and this humidity fucks it up.
bro. You got to wash your hands when you're done before you touch your lighters.
All right.
It's not like a BMW.
Oh, you
Telling
mean those Alcantara steering wheel? You kind of had to wipe it down.
I'm telling you now, man. Stuff that has rubberized stuff on it.
But that's not rubberized,
It-
right? The one you just showed. That one is not
You said
rubberized,
it
right?
was. You said it was.
It's-
I'll
it's
go by what you said.
No, it's not like a rubber coating. It's got a rubberized feel to it. It's not a rubber coating that like an old.
Brendan, show
steering
that
wheel.
brown one again.
I'm with Albert. I don't like rubber.
That doesn't look rubberized to me.
I
That
don't-
looks
I
like
This one's not rubberized. It's just the black one.
just the black one.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, Because they tried that putting on the phones at one time, and a few years later, all effed up.
But hey, you won't lose it. It's not gonna fall off your hands. You can be a Spider-Man. That's the color I want. That's super
That
cool.
one looks cool.
Yeah, that blue one is super cool.
Yeah, this is BMW for you, Martin.
Nah.
Yas Marina blue. Yas Marina blue.
And
Brendan got
then,
Fratello to light up. Really? What are you talking about? Now, the brown one did not look nearly as metallic as the photo did show. The photo shows like almost like powder coated metallic to me on the picture.
Brandon got Fratello to light up.
I don't understand what that means.
I don't understand that, Val.
Yeah, Val. That's what I was saying. I don't use rubbers.
Quick, Brendan's would not be shipping it. I think it's gotta be Michael, but depends on Michael.
No, I'm gonna ship them.
Oh shit. Okay, you're not gonna get it until 2025 in Germany.
Next
Go
year.
pick it up in Germany, please.
You'll get it in Miami if he brings them.
No, I'll forget them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm looking forward to Miami. Like, I already got hotel booked, everything booked. I'm just waiting for the days to pass.
I know,
Days
it's a
to pass.
waiting game.
So that's what we got to figure out is a hotel. That's what we really were. That's what we were talking a lot about is where's everybody staying? You know, how are we going to get all this stuff? Because one of the places that we're going, actually, all the places we're going as a group does not have good parking.
Well, I ended up staying near downtown.
Mhm.
And because I think lounges are near there, I think the only one that's kind of the other side is actually Lewis's place. It's on the other side of the airport. But everything else, either the south side of the airport or, close to that Coconut Beach thing. That's why
Coconut Beach.
I ended up staying downtown. So,
Coconut Beach.
or something like that. Coconut Bay, Coconut something.
Hmm.
It's on the south part of it, where I look at the map. We're about 15 minutes away from like Empire Lounge.
Well, there's two empires.
But the two empires not that far apart from each other.
Right.
Yeah,
So it's actually
Yeah.
closer on the downtown side. The only far
Everything-
side is actually Lewis.
everything in Miami is far from everything.
No, I was surprised because when I was at Miami Airport, and it took like 5 to 10 minutes to get to the port, and that's the end of that place. So it's not that far
Okay.
on the map. Now, obviously,
No,
if
on the
it's-
map, you're right.
no. But like, no, when I was there on the map, I thought it was really far away, right? And when I took
Yeah.
taxi and then drive down to the port, it was 5 minutes. But unlike Texas, you see something that's like right next, like looks like walking distance, it turns out to be freaking half an hour.
Yeah,
So-
just the traffic in Miami sucks.
But I'm hoping that everybody is near one area, so we can all group up in cars. And well, maybe Uber, because Uber don't have to park.
Right.
Like, I looked at the cost of rental. You can Uber back and forth a few times and not pay that much. I think.
Yeah, but if you rented a van, then that's more effective.
But Martin's
they're
not gonna drive a van.
I'm not driving a van. I've got a small SUV.
Are you driving out there or flying?
I'm gonna fly out there, but I'm also getting a rental car
Oh, okay.
because me and Val we're gonna be sharing a hotel most likely, and then whoever else needs rides, I'll take them wherever.
I might even see if I can borrow George Rico's car again. He's got a big Tahoe or Suburban.
You
so
should
that
get
can
like
haul,
a truck.
7 people.
Everybody just sit behind the truck.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I can probably haul. You can probably put, I think, 8 people in that thing comfortably. I think there's third row seats. So I'll have to ask him if I can borrow it again. Sure, he'll let me.
Martin and Val sharing a hotel room and bed.
Nope. We'll share a hotel room, but we got separate beds.
Yeah, right. Who's booking it? You or Val?
I've already booked it. It's going to be like our primary, but if we have something else that comes up, I can still cancel if need be.
Yeah, still got
to get
enough
the
time.
refund.
Still got enough time.
Because Val thinks I'm
Oh.
smoking a Fratello or something. So
No, that was What is that? Brendan got Fratello to light up. I don't understand that. Now you kind of have to explain that. I saw the Fratello new cigars.
That was
I
a joke.
wasn't intrigued by. I don't know why they put a
Vice
camo.
versa.
So
Oh, I thought you were talking about the vice versa.
no, I'm talking about that camo band thing.
I mean, I thought that was their bundle stick.
Are they bundle sticks?
I think so.
The Versavisa.
Versa Visa. I don't know. I didn't like that. I looked at all the other ones. That one's probably my least.
Well, that
interest.
cigar was to be smoked either way. That's why they came up with it.
Let's not try to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. I really don't think you're gonna get much of a difference smoking the cigar backwards.
yes, you are.
Yeah, you're gonna have
100%.
unravel cigar the whole entire time. That's one you
No,
gotta do.
if you cap both sides, you're not going to unravel because the cap is still going to light and smoke. So if you cap both sides, you won't unravel, but you'll definitely get a difference. 100%.
What I'm saying is not much a difference. In
No,
my
it could be a
opinion.
huge difference because if you watch the way that they're bunched, and then usually when the tobacco's bunched and then it's broken, and it really a lot of the blend comes down to when they break it. Do they break it and fold it together like that? Do they break it? Do they twist it opposite and lay it? How is that tobacco laid in there makes a difference. So if it's broken and laid in a certain way, smoke from the opposite direction, it's going to completely change
No,
it.
Brendan, okay, conceptually. Okay, let's talk about conceptually. Obviously, I've done it. It wasn't that good, but conceptually, right? If your first third is certain flavor, you turn it back, you're gonna get that first third last, but it's still gotta be the same.
And yes and no, but because the heat does affect those flavors. So as you're smoking it, now your final third is now your first third in it, but it doesn't have all that heat that's been going through it and all that smoke been going through that entire time.
Conceptually, in what I'm saying, conceptually. So
Yeah,
it will be different, but not
Yeah.
that big of a difference. That's what I mean.
I'll have to get them now.
What?
Now you have to get them and smoke it.
No, I'm not. No, see, that's the thing. Like, no, I was never like. You guys saw the review. I wasn't that impressed with. And that's probably why Brendan doesn't carry anymore.
No, there's a lot of other reasons why. Omar's a great guy. It has nothing to do with Omar himself. Like, so just
I
so we
didn't
don't
say it
get
has anything to do with Oma. I'm
No,
just
no,
saying
no,
the
I know.
cigar.
I'm not saying you said that, but I'm clarifying for these people that like to freaking misconstrue crap, right? Like, the reality is it had
Right.
nothing to do with my relationship with Omar. Like, we just saw each other at the show. He's like jumped up, gave me a big old hug. Like, so I'm hugging him, and he's one of the only people I look up to in this industry, by the way.
Because he's
No.
taller.
But it has nothing to do with that. It's just the brand really struggles without Omar. So if he was just in town and there was a bunch of sales and then I come up behind it a month later, now there's not going to be any sales, like, because it doesn't sell without him there.
There we
Yeah.
go.
But Omar's a great guy, dude. He treated me well. Like, I did a few sales. I mean, I carried him for a month, and then we parted ways, in a good way. And then when he ran into me at the show, that very next show, he handed me cash for the money they owed me. Like, it was done. Like, awesome. He's like, "Oh, I owe you money," and I'm like, "Yeah, you do." And he hands me cash. Like, I'm not gonna kick the guy's
Wow.
ass.
Tackle him down. He's like,
Yeah. I have to go for the knees.
that is the weakest part. So once you get somebody, if somebody cannot stand, that's the end of the fight,
The Achilles.
right?
Listen, if I was an MMA fighter, man, I would kick the legs. I would focus on the legs because you take away the strength of the leg, you lose the strength of the punch.
Yeah, and they can't even give you unlock or anything because you need
Yep.
the leg to lock them.
Yep.
There we go. MMA players, MMA fighters, take note. Go train cigar mechanic.
No. Please, dear God, no. Go train with Cigars Daily.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Tim always shows up in like this beat up face online every time, so I don't know. I don't know how he
Yeah.
can do it. I wouldn't want to show up on screen if my face is all, you know. I had to think when I gotta do a show if I got too much pimples. So like, you know, having the black eyes,
bro.
different story.
I'd show up all beat up, man. I wouldn't care.
I wouldn't. I know you guys would not want to hear me vent about why I got beat up.
No,
Yeah.
but I'd like to hear
That's the
somebody
whole
try and
story.
talk crap.
Albert, everything okay there? Did you get the
Yep.
new glasses?
Everything's fine, man.
You sure?
We're good.
What do you want? What do you want?
All right, I gotta go.
to the jungle.
What is this, like Wakanda or something? What's going on back here?
That's
Yeah,
Jeffrey in the
that's
back.
That's Jeffrey.
I feel like I gotta
You
greet you
gotta
properly, bro.
respect my boy Jeff back there, man.
Wakanda forever, my friend.
Damn right. You know, we gotta let that colonizers know what's going on.
Oh
What's
my
up,
God.
Insomniac?
What's going on? What's going on?
Oh.
How you guys doing?
It's
So
good
good.
Wednesday.
So,
I can tell you that.
I got some news from your favorite company. So Drew Estate raised their prices again.
Go
Who
figure.
cares?
They raised their prices $1 again.
Are you surprised?
No.
Listen,
Especially
you gotta cut a large portion of your portfolio off. You need to make more
Yeah,
money somewhere.
the issue, like Swisher is just going and just they're basically gonna destroy that company. So
Swisher don't own it.
yeah, they do.
They
Yeah, they do.
don't.
Yes,
Yeah.
they do.
I thought they bought it back, a portion of it or something like that.
No.
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 Swisher owns it.
That's what I was gonna say, dude. Drew Estate did not raise prices on you. Swisher raised prices
Swisher
on you,
did.
man. The wood
Swisher.
tips are getting
Swisher
expensive,
raised
bro.
prices again.
The wood tips on your
Good.
cigars are getting expensive, bro.
The Swishers cannot sell their flavor cigar anymore. They need to make money somewhere.
Well, but here's the thing. So they actually went and now they so now with Swisher, like they raise their prices every 3 months. They did that hike in January, April, I think in August, and now they did one right now. No, December, and they raised them again.
I want to address quick. We have a lot of non-members on the live before, okay?
Who's a non-member?
We have Mo from Patina was on the show before.
Yep.
Non-member.
We had him on one time. We had Jesse from who did the art for Drew Estate. We had him on one time.
So yeah.
Which one?
Which one? What? Jesse the artist.
What Jesse Flores?
It says guilty is one. Like, which one is guilty?
Which one's guilty? There's only one. That's not not
There's
really
only
wearing
one.
the correct logo that's associated
Right.
ever
He was-
with Shadows Book Legion.
He's always guilty. Dude, did you buy into that whole Bass Pro Shop hat thing too? Wearing a Bass Pro Shop hat. Is that what it is?
No, this is Bucky's. This is some Bucky's right here, man.
Looks like a
This,
Bass
you
Pro
gotta
Shop
get your Bucky swag up.
I don't know. Someone that never been to Bucky wearing Bucky's hat is kind of weird.
I know. I ain't never been. I don't even own Bucky shit.
Yeah, you gotta have, before you wear a Bucky's hat, you have to at least show up into Bucky's bath.
Okay.
They have the
I've
cleanest bathroom
probably
in the United
been in
States. man.
and I've probably been to one, never noticed it. I've been to Dallas a few times.
No,
I
if you've been to a
saw
Buc-ee's,
like Dallas, but I've been there a few times.
I'll say this. That commercial where the kid's standing on top of the other kid's back taking a piss,
I have not seen that commercial.
that probably works if it's a Bucky's restroom.
Now we know what Albert watches while he's on these lives.
I've never
Well,
seen that
so
commercial. It's
far.
probably a localized
It
commercial.
was on the fucking Super Bowl, so there it is.
Is it?
Yeah, I've
I did
seen
not
it.
see that commercial.
I've seen it in other TV shows since. So
Super Bowl.
Huh.
It's Probably a
Terrible
Texas.
show that was.
Probably Texas channels.
All right, Brendan, what is, in your opinion, currently the worst cigar company out there right now? In the,
The
US.
worst cigar company?
In the US.
Can he say that?
He can. Because so long as not one of them he represents, he can say it.
The worst cigar company that's out there right now. Oof. Oh, that's easy. Yeah, Blanco cigars.
Reason being?
Because
Because it's David Blanco. The guy's a freaking dumbass.
So you're judging the cigar company based on the
cigars
owner.
are terrible.
I don't what the cigar? I don't know.
I mean,
Oh, but you gotta be
cigars.
which Blanco though?
David
Blanco.
David
The,
Blanco.
the little
He
Napoleon
makes his
Midget
cigars
guy.
in Placencia.
Yeah.
Do you see him in PCAs? No. I mean TPEs?
I saw him at TPE, yeah.
Does he,
Still around?
did he look
We
for
locked
trouble?
eyes. We locked eyes for a hot second, man. It was kind of romantic.
What the hell?
That's sexy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's always funny when you see somebody you don't like and then you lock eyes. Because there are some dudes at work that I just cannot fucking stand. And then you see them and you're like,
Yeah.
they keep walking. You're like,
Just non-verbally talk crap.
yeah.
Like here's the thing, I don't even do that. Like, if I see somebody I don't like, I walk the other way.
Oh, I bet. But see, here's the thing. Like, he came after me. I won. And then after that, he lost one of the brands that he was making for somebody. So I won again. And I now represent that brand. So now when he sees me, there's such a deep hatred towards me that he can't do anything about it. So for me, it's enjoyable to lock eyes and be like, what's up, dude? Like I go up like there's nothing wrong, right? But he's just got such a deep hatred. It's just like I love it every second of it.
Yeah. That's horrible. I mean, I can
That's what-
imagine. Like look at this guy is like, hey, nice to see you. Thank you for all the business that you hand over. Right?
Yeah,
And then he's looking at you, is like, how can I bury this guy in my backyard? How?
correct.
Mhm.
That's the best. Oh, that's the best feeling. That Martin, you know, because you're talking about the guys you don't like, right? But if there's a guy that you don't like that hates you so much, and you just generally don't give a crap what he thinks about you, like then it's phenomenal. Like I will go out of my way to make eye contact with you. I'll look deep into your eye sockets and right into your soul.
I'll give you an example. There are dudes in high school that did not fucking like them because I got with their women. Same concept.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, be honest here, okay? What do you think about the Connecticut Gurkha?
The Gurkha?
Yeah.
I haven't smoked it.
Well, obviously, but what do you think about that? You know, now they got like, oh, we're gonna make a Connecticut Gurkha.
I think it's listen, I think anytime a company is expanding, it gives them an opportunity to do better. And for me personally, like I have nothing against Gurkha other than they just generally make bad cigars. And they made a very bad business decision back in the days. It's affected them forever and will affect them forever. That's not going to stop. You know, it's funny how many people I talk to and they don't like Gurkha, but they like the Cellar Reserve, and that's made by Cuevas. They're like, that's the only consistent cigar they have. And it's like, because it comes from Cuevas. Like, it's the only one that's draw tested.
Mhm.
But the fact that any company, I've heard good things about some of the newer Macanudos. And I think that's great because if they're revamping and reinventing themselves, I think that's phenomenal. We need more companies like that. And I would love to see Gurkha be able to revamp their name from just a cigar that everybody starts with because it comes with cool shit, to eventually being a cigar that everybody hates and rags on. I would love them to see become a name that people go, yeah, I smoke a Gurkha, and be proud of it.
I mean, there are some
I
people
mean,
that
they
like
tried
Gurkha.
that last year. They
Yeah.
tried that last year with the Cuevas cigar. So, I mean, I think I haven't heard any negative things about them in the past year. So,
Yeah, I think they got a ton of negative press with the whole Kaizad thing that was a couple of years ago, and then it's kind of like people just don't give a crap anymore, you know. And it's, you know, there's new stuff to kind of rag on people for, I guess, in this world. So I think people feel like Gurkha got beat up enough, especially after the whole Kaizen thing. I think they feel bad enough for that. But listen, I hope any company comes around, man. I would love to see. Now, there's guys that I could care less if they go away. That I just think that they may even make good cigars. I just think that they're arrogant or they don't fit the industry as far as what we're trying to achieve as an industry.
Right.
We're
talking about.
Name a few.
I don't wish ill will on them at all. But I wish that they can get a dose of humility and then come out with good stuff and be a good brand. We need people.
Hear that, Swish?
Mhm.
For real.
God.
Well, you got to think like this, like the way it is now, like those guys are they're all mascots now because they don't have any say in the company.
Yeah.
Who?
Mascots. Drew State.
Drew State.
Oh yeah, that's
They're
a
all
company.
mascots.
Yeah, but again, even though Jonathan Drew is just a mascot, look at who's come from Drew Estate. I mean, you've got Nick Malio, you've got Steve Saka, you've got and you've got Jonathan Drew, who's still a big part of the company and makes a living from that.
Yeah.
Just because he got a bunch of money for the company doesn't mean it go into his pocket. The sale of that company got him out of debt with some, as far as I understand, some bad people. So it helped him through a portion of his life, but now he's continuing to be helped by being a part of the company, by being a mascot and still being the face of it. Nick Malio, man, has built a great brand. Foundation's a phenomenal brand that's been built from one of the creators of Acid and Liga. Like,
So like,
If you can smoke it.
so do you feel like Jonathan Drew will branch off one day and try to start his own another company?
no. Nope.
Albert, you were gonna say something?
Yeah, he can smoke foundation.
Say that again?
What about Foundation?
If you can smoke it,
Who, me?
yeah.
Why couldn't he
Yeah.
smoke a foundation?
There's been several people that haven't been able to smoke that thing very good. I guess we had construction problems.
Nah.
Yeah.
No. I
Yeah.
think that,
Foundations are legit, man.
that last one.
Well,
I
but
saw-
then that's the
well,
thing, right? That's something that you can look forward to.
Heard, so I got to take that into account.
Right, but Albert, like
I mean-
now that we have something to look forward to, right? Because now Casa Cuerva will be take over their production, right?
Okay.
No. You're not Foundation. That's Foundry.
Not
Founders,
Foundation,
okay,
Foundry.
That's
Sorry,
Founders.
whatever.
I mean, Founders.
Founders. Yeah, Founders.
Founders. Yeah, not
Founders.
not
Foundry's out of. I don't think Foundry's in business anymore.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
Found-
Well, actually, yes, they are because they still have the Chillin' Moose.
that's not Foundry.
Foundry.
CI.
That's oh crap.
Come on, man. Not like you work in the industry.
Mhm.
There's
It's the one-
Foundry, that's Foundation, there's Founders.
Yeah, Foundry's I think gone. Foundry was around years ago, man. They made these cigars and they had like a cog for a cigar ring on it, and you're supposed to get these pieces and it was going to make something, and it died out.
Mm.
Mm.
But Chillin' Moose is not owned by Foundry. It's as far as I remember, that's God, I can't remember. I don't even care about that cigar. I don't remember what it is.
Yeah, Foundry makes Chillin' Moose.
Is it really?
Created by Michael Giannini. And they make they make a lot of the like this stuff. If it loads.
Oh, they're still that's still around though?
Yeah, it's still around. And they just came out with a new cigar in that Chillin' Moose brand. It's like a white label.
Interesting.
I forget what it's called. I just saw it recently.
I'll show you. Dude, you want to see a box of this? Hold on, I'll be right back.
All right.
So they call it's a bull moose that they just came out with.
That kills my eyes every time you turn it over.
I know, my bad. It's a new cigar they just came out with. It's called the Bull Moose. It's like a
Gigantic.
short,
Well,
stubby
6x60. Holy shit.
no, it's like a short stubby cigar too that they came out with. Almost like a 4x60.
Oh,
But yeah,
well.
that's one of the newest ones. Cigars Daily has it. That's where I'm looking at it.
I don't know about it. I haven't smoked a
Yeah.
moose for a long. I don't even remember the last time I bought. Yeah, I don't even remember when the last time I bought. Right?
Hey,
It's kind of cute.
that's Boundary.
Still sealed.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool box.
This was from
It's gonna be like 2019 at least.
2017.
Holy shit!
Wow.
17. Wow.
Yeah.
Now
There
you
we
better
go.
smoke those cigars because very soon they will taste like nothing.
Just bring that to the Miami meet. Just hand them
Bring it to Miami.
out.
Hey, do I look better now?
Yeah.
Oh man.
It fits you. Fits you nicely.
You should walk around. No, it's gonna be around September. Never mind, not October.
Ah, damn it. You just had to stay there longer.
Just cut out the eye sockets and put a headband on this thing and walk around.
Mhm,
That is a big box.
mhm.
Yeah, it was annoying as hell for everybody. And there's 3 or 4 different colors. There's a gold, there's a white, the silver. I don't remember. There's another one. I think I have all the boxes.
You think you have all the boxes, but you don't know the colors.
Right.
Well, because they're on another shelf. I don't have them in the humidor. They're not full. I smoked through those. This one I kept. I
Okay.
think I have the other colors.
Cool. I mean, that looks pretty cool. I like that box design. Everybody should be designing their boxes like, official. I don't know. Like, most people's like,
It looks cool. Yeah.
yeah, most people don't care about their boxes.
So, well, we have 2 problems. One, more and more shops are going to trays, so they're getting rid of boxes. Number 2, especially as we get more and more cigar lines and brands and extensions and sizes and all this crap, shelf space is something we're all fighting for. So
Right.
you come out, if I sit down with one of my shops today and I go, put this on your shelf, they're going to laugh. They're going
Because obviously that's not going to go on the shelf. It's got to go on a table, stacked up with one
Right.
old box open.
But a lot of you guys don't have tables.
Expand your shop.
So you when you do something like this, this has to be a limited edition.
Right.
Otherwise, you're super limiting who is going to carry your brand.
True.
Because I show up with a box like this, dude, and it gets they laugh unless it's a limited.
But they got people like me that buys based on the box.
Right. And that works for the online guys. It works for because they can store it anywhere. So Michael Wells can pile it up anywhere, then he can sell it online.
True. Yeah, I'm still looking for the, I looked at the Grand Habano one with Davidoff, and Davidoff would tend to use lacquered box, like, looks like their box was lacquered.
It's beautiful box.
But it's just painted over, right? It's not lacquered.
I think that one's painted. I think the 20th anniversary was the lacquered one. That was the first one that came out on the Ultra Premium.
Yeah.
That one's really good too, by the way. That 20th anniversary, the first Ultra Premium they came out with from Gran Habano is freaking phenomenal.
I don't have.
Yeah.
Wasn't sure. But yeah, I feel like, when you make a product, carriers, literally what everybody see first, right? Aside from the cigar, everybody already see cigar, right? Cigar everywhere, cigar. You get the things that's gonna catch you is box and band before you even pick one out. So I think box and band are very important aside from this. I mean, if you have a good cigar that had no box and no band, that kills half the enjoyment, in my opinion. I mean, I personally don't like to smoke a cigar that has no band on it because I can't tell what it is. Right? Let's say you went to buy 20 brands that they all have good cigars. All of them have no band. Unless you remember how to put in, when you put in one tray, you can't tell which one's what.
Yeah, I actually turned down working with a brand, and one of the primary reasons was because all they had was a foot band. They didn't put the band up higher. So when you go to light the cigar, you take the foot band off, it goes in the trash or the ashtray, and now you're smoking a bundle cigar. Like there's no marketing for that cigar.
Right? And that's one of the problems. Don't like double band. I like double bands, but not a foot band and the band. I like band
Yeah.
on top of another band.
Well, like this Allegiance, this had freaking 3 bands. You got a foot band and then 2 regular bands.
Which I think is good that, Patina finally decided to put a second band on it. You're welcome, Mo.
I've been bugging Mo for years to do that, and he finally did it. So all of the new product, all of it, that comes from the factory, this new shipment, all will have secondary bands.
Like, that was the first complaint I have. Like, I can't tell which one's what.
Yeah.
Right? Just put another band on it. Gotta look so much better because now the presence of that band is gonna be significantly bigger. Right? So
Oh yeah.
when you walk into a room full of cigars, you gotta find which way everyone has the biggest band first. It's gotta attract your eyes. You gotta look at it first. And then obviously whatever box is that's different. And then you gotta go towards it. And then you gotta find it. Like the thing,
I like the tertiary bands personally.
Oh jeez.
what band?
Tertiary,
Why?
I just like them. I think having 3 is good.
Okay. I don't know what to. I don't know how to respond to that. I don't know how to respond to that. What am I supposed to
Well,
respond
we're
to
talking
that?
about what we like and shit. I'm just saying.
I just when you
I
walk into a
prefer
humidor,
different
all like say majority of the boxes gotta look the same, right? Majority of the boxes gotta look like this, the side, this color, right? On the shelf. The one that's gonna catch you is the one that's not that color and has a giant band out with the box.
Right.
So why can't everybody?
Well,
I think quaternary bands would be too much though.
Shut up, Albert. So what are you guys smoking?
Just saying, man.
What are you guys smoking?
I tell you something. Perdomo has done something really good with the boxes. I think.
Don't bring up
Pretty
Perdomo.
smart.
Yeah.
I mean, well, fuck with Perdomo. I mean, but the point is, if you're sitting in the lounge and you're looking through into the humidor, there's no doubt about it that Perdomo is on the side of that box. But they put it in like huge letters. Perdomo, boom.
Yeah, Podomo has a lot of advertising, right? Plus their bands are quite big. Their bands are different.
No, but the box is different than the other boxes I've seen. I don't know too many others that showcase their name on the side of the box.
So, do you think he's a narcissist, Albert?
No, I think it's pretty smart to like have somebody sitting for an hour and a half smoking a cigar and constantly looking up and seeing their name in there. I think it's pretty smart.
The majority of the cases, right? If you go to a lounge, first thing you gotta catch is either Podomo, Oliva, Davidoff, or Gurkha.
Right. But Oliva they don't really advertise on their boxes too well.
No, but they have a giant sign Oliva everywhere.
They have a sign. They have a sign. I get it, but that may be hidden or whatever. But when you look up and you see the extra stock, it's just something that draws people's eyes. And so here they are. They're utilizing that stock space, to show their name, which is pretty smart.
so one of the things that Perdomo's done that is smart but stupid at the same time, because they got to realize the market they're in, is they force facings. So if you want to carry something, blah 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 blah, you got to carry 4 facings of it, and then you want to reorder, you got to buy this much. So they're constantly forcing these facings for you to be able to carry. So if you want champagne, which is the best seller, you've got to carry at least 4 facings of this, and this to get it.
Really?
Well, a lot of guys are getting tired of that, so they're forcing what we call the Perdomo wall, and that's great for marketing. But when you're pissing off the shop owner in the process, they're going to start turning people onto other things because they're trying to get you out.
But majority of the store will carry Podomo because they're like very common. A lot of beginners or new smokers go for those.
But it's getting harder and harder for them to carry it because they're alienating those guys because they're forcing facings that a shop may not have.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's good but they're trying to take the Coca-Cola model and it's not going to work. It may work, but it's frustrating a lot of people. And really the champagne's the only one that sells the best.
The Sangong 10 years is really good.
Because they have good cigars, but the champagne's the one that sells the best because it's in the yellow cellophane and it draws the eye.
It's gold.
Yeah.
To me, that's their worst cigar to me. That shit is garbage to me.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like, so now I could take anybody from a champagne and put them on a Cuevas, and they won't go back to that
Right.
champagne. You know, or on a patina, or on the new wave, or any of these other lines, and they won't go back. So it's a great beginner cigar, and it pulls the eye if you're not helping a customer. But as soon as you show them something else, man, they're on that other thing.
Bring that up to Albert. Bring that up to Josh
Nah,
because
yeah.
in Fuego, well, they're getting Casa Cuevas now. So bring that up because they carry a shit ton of fucking Perdomo. So I'm sure a lot of their people.
Oh, he's trimmed back on it. He's trimmed back on it.
What?
Everybody on Perdomo.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
he's kept back on it. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody is, because they're tired of being told that you have to carry this. Like, it's just, they don't have, Perdomo doesn't have the prestige to be able to say that like Davidoff does or Fuente does.
And Davidoff
Mhm.
gets the entire cabinet.
Well, but don't forget, you have to pay for that cabinet.
Correct.
So, and that cabinet in itself is like $20,000 for that cabinet.
Yeah, but Davidoff's got the Bling to do it.
No, but they're not paying for it. You are.
The retailer pays for that cabinet.
The retail pays for that cabinet.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's fine.
Yeah, you're buying into which level account you want to be.
Yeah.
It's not like I buy Davidoff anywhere else.
But with Davidoff now, they're making it so if you want to get a lot of this shit, you have to carry the ovals and the Camachos now too. So
Yeah.
so they're kind of forcing people to do that. Like,
Yep.
Because
when I go to
Camacho
the
is their
shop,
budget
I don't
price.
see anybody fucking smoking those fucking Alvas. Those shits, those are trash.
Olivas?
No, the Alvas.
The Avos? Oh, yeah.
I don't see nobody smoking that shit.
That's my favorite cigar, dude.
Yeah.
And so you need to
wouldn't
go
have a
back to
palate for
watch
that.
there are times that I put Avos in a corner and they end up burning. Yeah.
You know?
There's once upon a time Avo pissed me off.
I remember that.
I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, Brandon, you look like an Avo guy.
I highly doubt Brendan.
Oh,
smokes
God.
Avo at all.
You're going to Miami, right?
Yeah.
I can't
I'll
wait
be
to
there.
see your face with my fist in it, bro.
What?
Listen, you can throw it. I don't know if it's gonna hit anything.
All right, bro. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
You know?
Oh
We'll
God!
see.
I need to light up on the.
I look like an Avo guy. That coming from a
Right.
Drew Estate guy, man, that has no weight.
I'm trying to make Innocent a little more comfortable.
Oh, my
whoa,
God!
what the fuck? Oh, whoa.
That cigar should be
Holy
banned on this
shit.
show.
Hey, you know what? I'm smoking it because I can't fucking taste it. I've already got like 3 glasses of whiskey.
There you go. Okay, I'll give you that.
please.
I'll give you that. But that cigar should be
Go
banned
ahead.
on the show.
Go ahead, cause I know you're gonna text me like once you're done with like, yo, that shit wasn't bad. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I know you are.
Innocent. I understand the concept. Saying wasn't bad does not equal to be good.
Correct.
Listen, no, and because Marty, he don't want to give it too much credit, so he's like, it wasn't bad. It's like, nah,
I've
that shit was
smoked-
fucking rocking.
I've smoked other sizes of the cigar.
Just saying, wasn't bad does not mean it's good. It just means
that
that
the
I'm gonna
Olmec?
say in a nice way that it's bad, but it wasn't that bad.
Nah,
Well, Brendan,
What cigar is that?
this is the brand that Guilty is wearing a fucking hoodie of.
Sanji cigars called like
Sanji's Smoke Shop.
I was gonna say, is that the Olmec?
This
no.
is
Nah.
made by fucking who is it?
it's made by what's his
Fucking
fucking name
OG.
again? No, what's his name?
Innocent, you should know this.
I know.
Seriously.
Chico Rivas.
Chico Rivas, yeah.
So the SP Black is made by Jose Blanco.
Now, Brendan, do you even know this guy? Like Sanji, do you know this guy? Apparently, he's a big shot. Do you know this guy,
He's on the West Coast. He wouldn't know him. It's,
dude?
you know.
What kind of statement is that? You're a big shot in the cigar industry, and West Coast does not know you.
Nah, listen, like that's like that. Just because like a lot of people that are like a lot of like fucking brand owners know you doesn't mean everybody's gonna know you. Like it's the same thing with not everybody knows Casa Cuevas. Not everybody knows.
Innocent. Let me give you a
I'm just
very
saying.
very small example, right? Little guy cigar shop is a tiny ass shop in his own office. When he go to TP, everybody knows him.
Everybody fucking knows him.
Yeah, but if Sanj goes to TP, everybody at TP is gonna know. Everybody except for Brandon is gonna know who Sanj is.
I've never even heard the name.
And Brendan goes to TPE.
Well, here's the thing, but Sanj but here's the thing, like Brandon he doesn't have a reason to know who Sanj is. He doesn't sell to him.
Bro, I know freaking a ton of people that I don't sell to, dude. I walk through freaking
listen.
TPE and I got people from all across the country. What up? What up? What up? We know everybody. We're saying hi. We're hugging, bro. Like I know all these guys. I know guys from Martinez Cigars, bro.
Listen,
And I'm on the other side of the world.
You know, like he's in one of the most friendliest cigar place on US like soil, right? Florida and Arizona.
Quakes. Who?
listen, Quakes, go back to fucking with inmates, Quakes, all right?
Oh,
Listen, go back.
Quick,
You
it's like
know?
I'll see you later.
Bro, you just got cracked by Quakes, bro.
Yeah. Quakes always got something to say. I'm used to Quakes. Yeah.
Bro, nobody knows Sanji, bro.
Yeah, okay.
Sanji on the left, and then
That's
Chico
Chico
Rivas
Rivas.
on the right.
Yeah.
You know, I can honestly say for myself, I met Sanji one time, and he's the most unfriendly guy I've met.
Oh.
He's very cocky from what I've heard.
All right.
Very self-centered.
I met a lot of store owners.
So here's
They're
the
all
thing.
friendly. I went to Fox Cigar. I went to, Cigars Daily. I went to
But, Tony,
Tony.
you went right to the back.
Okay.
He was looking for you.
No,
guys.
no,
He
no.
was
We were
looking
in the
for you
front.
guys.
And he's like, just go to the back.
You gotta
Like,
raise your hand, bro. You gotta raise your hand.
Yeah. So
we went to
He was looking
Embargo,
for
and
you. He
that
was
owner
looking
is
for you
weird
guys.
as hell.
But I guarantee you, if you go and you talk to, because Brian's been there a few times, and if you talk to Brian would tell you something different.
Me and Brian was standing in front of this guy. He didn't bother to talk to us.
You guys went straight. We were all in the back.
We didn't go straight to the back. I picked up a cigar before I go.
10 minutes after you guys left, he came to the back. Was like, "Yo, where's your boys at?"
All right, Brendan, what do you want?
Yes, Brandon.
All I gotta say, bro, is is that the logo for a cigar that's on your shirt?
Yeah.
Because if I was blind or hard of seeing, that looks like the Olmec had a baby with like Cohiba.
So
Like it's trying to look like something else. For one.
no. So
For two,
let's. All right.
two,
So
wait, time out. For
go
two,
ahead.
For two, never heard of the guy. For three, bro, this is coming from a guy that likes Drew Estate.
You said you're only gonna do two. But all right.
I know, but I always give extra. It's bonus round. This is coming from a guy that likes Drew Estate, so I don't know that I 100% trust the palate.
So the regular SP and the SP Black are two totally different cigars because they're made by two different blenders. So Jose Blanco made the black. I prefer the black over the red.
All right, I'm gonna say something. Don't cut me off.
Oh, let me finish what I'm saying. So, Val just said he spoke to him through FaceTime. Tony just has a axe to grind with Sanj because I blew him up. So second of all, Sanj owns the patent for this logo in the US. So he owns the Cohiba fucking like band for the US. He bought it back in the 90s.
What's it under? Let me look it up.
Moongla Inc.
What is it?
Moongla Inc. I think it's MAUG UNG.
I've got the trademark thing pulled up. Let me see.
Are you done? So can I continue my story now?
Go ahead, Tony. Go ahead.
All right. You guys be the judge, all right? Me and Brian showed up to the place. This guy just like, your friend's not here yet. And then we were right, literally in front of him. He didn't say another word. Walk over to talk somewhere else. And then I was choosing the cigar. Guess what? He didn't even come to ring me up. Rick had to go over to the counter and ring me up for the cigar. And Rick doesn't even work there. You think that's a friendly shop?
I bring
like I said,
people up
I went
there,
to
so what are you
Embargo,
saying?
and anybody who went to Embargo knows that owner is kind of weird as hell and kind of cocky. But even I will say that guy is more friendly than Sanj. Even I will say that.
How do you spell it? How do you spell
Now
it?
he's pretending to be on the phone.
Hey, Brian, yo, you got 2 minutes? Can you hop on the live real quick?
No,
How do you spell
Brian,
Mugla?
stay off.
Yeah, please. Can you? Yeah, because they going at my boy, and they over here saying it's like I need you to tell me.
Innocent.
You help me out here. Yeah.
A lawyer
yeah.
never asks a question you don't know the answer to.
All right.
What's the name of the company?
Give me 1 second.
I should know this.
Innocent. A lawyer never asks somebody a question he don't know how they're going to answer, by the way. Just saying.
That's fine. That's
Okay.
fine.
I'm just telling you.
Hey, Val spoke to me on FaceTime. I guarantee you Val would say he's a good guy. You spoke to I know it was James. Sorry.
He
James
might be a
spoke.
good guy. Okay. He might be a good guy. I'm sharing my experience, and you guys can be the judge on this. Okay. Now, I personally have not give shit to any shop that I go to. Right, Brendan? I personally does not give any shit to any, like, I go to a shop and say hi, and then go into the cigar now, and sometimes we'll join for a conversation or something like that, something stupid. We talk about joke and stuff like that. I always do that with any shop owner.
All right, so Martin, you ready?
How do you spell it?
Muga.
Muga?
Mm-hmm.
INC?
Yep.
Doesn't come up. It says no TESS records were found.
MUGE? You
No,
sure?
MUGA. Inc.
MUGA Inc.
No, I don't see it. Let me see.
Is he getting on?
But when I look at Muga trademark, I see Muga sound.
I don't see Muga. No.
Is it Inc. or LLC? Inc.
All right. I got send Brian a link real quick. Hold on 1 second.
Muga Inc. MUGAINC. What the frick? Man, y'all dumb.
Yeah.
Y'all can't even find that shit.
I
So
couldn't
just like
find
I
it. Did
thought-
you find it? Did you find it?
I just typed in Muga space Inc. and it come right up, man. First link. Half wheel. Muga Inc.
Trademark? So we're talking about trademark here. We're not talking about the company.
Yeah, I'm looking at trademark.
Yes,
I don't see it.
but that's the company, right? So you just trademark it, right?
See, I don't see anything that comes up. But if you type in Smoker's Legion pops up. Boom.
If you trademarked it, it will be on there, man.
And by the way, the Cohiba trademark was canceled in the U.S.
Did it go through? I thought they tried to appeal it.
No, I got through.
It's canceled in the U.S. They might be appealing it, but it's canceled.
Did you guys see that? Nothing came up from Muga.
So I guess Cohiba in the U.S. is gonna go back to silent hit.
I just sent it to you right now. All right.
To who?
Because
I'm
they're
just-
in
I'm
other
just saying,
company,
like, you're-
other countries call it different names, so they can just use
You're talking they own the trademark to it, but it's been canceled here.
It might be dead. I mean, it's not a live one.
But that's not the Cohiba trademark, man.
What do you mean?
It's just the checkered band.
The checker band
Yeah.
is
The
part
band.
of the trademark for Cohiba.
That's all. Yeah,
It's their securities system.
So
and most of that was done by
in
Nelson
Europe,
Alfonso.
he can't use this. He can't use this one. So in Europe, it's all yellow in Europe.
Yeah, because they couldn't use it there. Because they have Cohibas there.
Yeah.
No, Anderson, go ahead. Like, tell people the story how he got the trademark of those things. That's like sketchy as hell, man.
It's not. Listen, he went to court and he won. That's it. That's all. That's all. That's. I don't. I
And
get the details.
Cohiba, okay, Red Dot at one time go to court and won. This is not the first time that Cohiba sues US Red Dot. And US Red Dot won before. And guess what? It can still be canceled. Yeah, I do not see any of the trademark under this company. At all. At all. So, I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah, nobody in the U.S. is going to have the rights to that, dude, because Cohiba owns all that, and they've already lost in the U.S.
They just gotta chase after anybody that's using any part of their band. I
don't know
laughed.
I don't know what's worse, Innocent explaining Sanj or him trying to describe the Barnes.
Oh, and Brian comes up. Yo, Brian, he
Brian.
bailed on you, man. He
Brian,
bailed.
what's up, bro?
What's going on?
What's up, B?
What's up, dude?
So Innocent needs you to explain that Sanji is a great guy, and that day when we go over there, he did talk to us, didn't ignore us and make us go to the back.
Well, I'm not gonna lie about that one. When we got there, he said, we said we're here for Innocent. He said, well, go to the back and wait till he gets there. But beyond that, like a nice guy, but it was a little iffy in the beginning.
See, I didn't lie about that story. That story is true, okay? That story is true.
So he should be in his pocket.
Innocent wasn't there, so he didn't know. But afterwards, whatever interactions I had with him after that, it was good. But he did say, like, what are you here for? We're here for Innocent. He said, go in the back.
I'm with Innocent on this, man. I mean, if Innocent stands up for the guy, then I give him a break, man. Shit.
I mean, I ain't got
I
no
give
problem
him a
with the guy
break. I
saying
went to
that.
his store.
Yeah, but
Hey,
Come
you
on,
got one
man.
chance to make an impression, right?
Right.
nah, I think you know, Innocent's
He
vouching for him.
redeemed himself for me after that. He redeemed himself for me after that.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be like that.
Well, he redeems
treat
because
everybody
Innocent's
the
right there with you. He's not gonna give you shit because Innocent's there. He's
Now-
a regular customer.
Now,
Nah.
I will say this: Maddie was a different situation. Like Val and I can vouch for that. That the Maddie thing
Oh my god.
was fucked, but whatever.
I can't lie about the first encounter, Innocent. But after that,
Okay.
it was good. After that, it was good.
First encounter is how you gotta keep a customer.
Right.
All right. If anybody
But
doesn't agree with me, that's most important, right? Impression. Your first impression, most important.
I have been to Sanj's multiple times after that. I
Especially if
can't
you're
say
striking
that.
points.
So I'm
If you're
just saying.
striking points. If you're striking coins, the first impression makes all the difference.
Right. I just think some of the things are iffy. I'm just giving my personal opinion. You know, if you guys like it, you like it. You know, this guy prides on selling cigar at MSRP. Okay, but me as someone that buys either cigars from people I know or online, I have not been paying MSRP for a while. So
Yeah, but if you go into a shop, it's a good deal.
So wait, timeout.
And it is a nice shop.
So timeout. If you go to his shop, it's a good deal. But if you're buying the cigars elsewhere, they're higher priced.
Yeah.
Right.
In Jersey, yeah.
That makes no sense.
Because at his shop, so if the price is MSRP at $10.50, it's gonna be $10.50 at Sanja's shop. If you go to a different shop, I don't know how. If you go to a different shop, it's gonna they're gonna mark it up $2 or $3.
Yeah, see, that's dumb. That's a failure right away in the beginning of his business. And I'll tell you why. Anybody that sells direct to the consumer for less than what the shops can sell it for, no shop's going to carry that cigar.
But he has plenty of faces
Wait a
in the
minute.
place.
What are you saying? So, like, okay, I thought you were going a different angle on that. You're saying that other shops bumping up the price a couple of dollars is a better deal than him selling it for MSRP?
No, he's saying that you can buy it cheaper at his shop than you can at others because the
No.
other ones have to be more expensive.
Why are they more expensive? Because they're bumping it up. They're not selling MSRP. They're selling it above MSRP.
Right. And that
So-
doesn't work.
So what he's doing is legit.
I'm not saying it's legit or not. You're never going to grow. You're never going to grow your cigar business that way, because you're trying to sell it to the cigar shops at MSRP. They've got to make a buck so they can turn on their lights. So they got to bump it up a couple bucks.
Fuck that. I don't know. That's bullshit.
Fuck that. We don't need to turn on lights. I don't need a place to go buy my cigars.
Well, fuck that. No, I'm not going to go to a shop that bumps up the prices and stuff.
No,
Brother, every
Albert.
shop
Albert,
bumps
when you
up
go
the
to a shop,
prices, Albert, every shop you buy from bumps up the prices.
Oh, and you see where
Every
I'm smoking, and you see where I'm smoking and where I'm
So-
buying my shit from.
Okay, where did you get your cigar?
Yeah, from Little Guy.
And he bumped up his prices.
no, he sells at MSRP. Why
He sells
MSRP means the
MSRP.
retail, right?
I get it, but this is what you're not understanding. If Sanj sells to another retailer at MSRP, they have to make a profit on it.
No,
Right?
he's
No,
doing
that's
that.
not what he's saying. Okay,
That's not what
so
he's saying.
he's saying that Sanji is a cigar shop
Yeah,
that
Right.
also carries his own house blend.
Right.
Okay. But if you go to his cigar shop, buy like, so for example, you buy a Casa Cueva. They don't carry it, but let's say you buy a Casa Cueva. Casa Cueva is at like $8.95. He's gonna sell it to you at $8.95.
Right.
But here's the thing: when you go to anywhere else, you might find it at 5% off, 10% off. Buy 5 get 1 free.
No, he's
But-
saying it's the opposite.
No, he's
So
saying
if
that
you go-
that's
if you
how
go
it
to-
is. When you go to
No, 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 but-
Sanji's,
well,
you buy
so
at
if you go to-
MSRP.
So if you go to Sanj's shop and you pay $10 for a cigar, you go to the shop down the street, you're paying $13 for that same
Yeah.
cigar. That's his
Same
cigar,
cigar.
right? That's his cigar.
no, we're
No,
not talking
any
about his cigar. We're not talking about
Any
his
cigar?
Yeah, any cigar.
Every cigar in his shop is sold at MSRP.
That's it. He's just selling them at the normal price. He's not jacking the
Wait,
price up.
But time out. I know, but you got to stop talking to hear how this business works for a second. Because
All right,
that's not that if he's selling it at MSRP, dude, he's either dumb because he's losing money, or he's shady because he's avoiding taxes. You're in New York. That's where he's at,
No,
right?
in New Jersey.
No, it's in Jersey.
So do they not have taxes there?
They
Yeah,
do.
he's still after you buy, you're still putting the 30% tax on it after you buy it.
So you're not paying MSRP for the cigar. You're still paying the higher. You're paying plus 30%
No,
Right, but you're paying the taxes on plus the retail.
plus the taxes. So if MSRP on a cigar is $10, you're not paying $10 for that cigar. You're paying $10 plus the taxes.
yeah. So the taxes will bring it up to maybe 1060 or 1081.
But then if you were
That's
to go
not
to another
possible.
shop, they're
Yeah.
selling it for 10 plus whatever the taxes are.
Whatever the
And-
tax is. So
and let
like
me-
so, but if you go to a different shop, you're paying $3 plus the state tax.
Because you have two taxes that you pay on.
Oh my
You have a
god.
tobacco tax at 30% in New Jersey, or you
Yeah.
and you have a state tax on top of that. Everybody charges a state tax. So what he's charging, if it's a $10 MSRP cigar, he's charging you $10 plus just the state tax.
So yeah, it's like it'll be like if it's $10, it'll be like maybe 75% more.
So now you're
So
saying
it's
75%. So not 30%.
75
if-
cents more? You mean 75 cents more?
No, because he's saying the state plus the regular tobacco tax. So you're paying two taxes.
Right.
All right. I got a better way of looking at this, man. I got a better way of looking at this.
He's losing money.
There's a guy that sells the Espinosa Habano at my shop, at my local shop. He sells it for like $1.50 more than what I get from Little Guy. And I'm not talking about the discount at Little Guy. I'm talking about what Little Guy sells his cigars for online.
Right. Brick and mortar usually charge a little bit more here and there.
Yeah, and they could kiss my ass.
But they
on that.
also give you benefits too, right? Sometimes buy 5 get 1
Right.
free or something like that.
No, they're supposed
No.
to keystone that shit and be done with it,
Yeah.
man.
Well, okay. Number one, Little Guy. Part of the problem with online is a couple things. One is that they don't charge the state tobacco
Right.
tax.
Yeah.
Right. So that's number one, is they don't charge the state tobacco tax. So you eliminate that cost that is to the retailer that they have to pay in your local area.
All
Number two, you buy online. When you go to a shop, are you bringing in your own cigars or are you buying a cigar?
All right, let me use a different idea here. A little
No, I'm
bit.
asking you a question.
It's
Answer the
not a hard
question.
concept. It's not a hard concept.
It's not a hard
Uh,
concept, but
the
answer the
female
question
sushi
because
out, right?
you're
The
bagging
female
on the no, but time out,
No,
dude. Like,
hear
because
me
this is
out.
no,
Hear me out.
but you got to hear me first because you're not answering my question first.
You're-
What
you're-
you're
go ahead.
avoiding the question because
No, I'm not.
what the
You're not
statement that you're
understanding
making
the
is okay. Go ahead. I'm done. I'm
The
done.
female
Albert,
chi-
Albert,
Hold
you're
on,
part
hold
of the
on.
problem in the industry with that attitude. That's
Hold
what
on,
sucks.
No, I'm
And
not.
that
I'm
that
not.
stuff.
Hold on,
time out.
hold on,
Let me
hold on,
speak
hold
for
on.
a second. Hold on. I don't need to be cutting in.
Go ahead,
That
go
stuff riles me up because people say, no, fuck that. The shop's got to make money. That riles me up, dude, because we need these shops for our industry to stay in
Sure.
business so that you can have that cigar in your hand to smoke.
Absolutely.
And to say,
Absolutely.
fuck that, that's bullshit, all that stuff about a shop making a profit so they can stay open. Dude, that's a shitty attitude to have.
No, not at
So
all.
the guy
Not at
has
all.
to charge more because
The
there's a
market.
tobacco tax for, and there's a tax for you to sit in that lounge and smoke that cigar.
And it's the market, right? It's the
So-
market. That's why you have an MSRP. Because if it comes out as $7 for MSRP, and this shop's going to sell for $7, and another shop's going to sell for $8.50, well then where do you think a consumer is going to go? And then are they a dickhead for going and paying $7 instead of $8.50? No, they're not. They're a consumer that's consuming the what the market will bear.
But we are
You
all
want to
we're
be
all
mixed
missing
in.
one point though.
And jack it up along the way with all the middlemen stuff going on.
We're all missing one
What's that
point though.
mean?
We're all missing one point. For those people who doesn't know, most people that goes to his cigar shop buying his cigar. So he's making
know.
more on his home, the house.
No.
Like every
Not-
table
not-
is
not-
that his thing.
not-
Every open
Not
space.
not everybody goes there and buys Sanji sticks. They buy everything else. He has Perdomo. He has Crown Head. He has CLE. He has maybe 80 different facings in the place. You've been in the place, Tony. So
I've
I
been
was
to the place and they don't have that much selections.
They do have that. That's a lie.
That's
But
not
here-
like
here-
That's a
here's
lie.
here's
Keep going.
here's
Keep going.
listen, here's the point. I do this for a living, dude. I'm in these shops all day long. I know the front end, the back end, the before, the after, everything about this business. I know that the online guy can sell it for less. One, they're typically buying in higher volume, so they're getting a discount that the small shop can't get, and they're passing it on. For a guy to say he's not going to go to the shop because that shop sells it for $1.50 more than what they can get it online is a terrible attitude to have.
No.
Because that only
So-
hurts the local economy and it hurts that shop. That shop can't sell it for less because they can't buy, and they're not buying the volume that the online guy is buying, and they're not getting the same discount. On
So-
top of that, let me finish. On top of that, they have a local tobacco tax that has to be charged, that has to be accounted for, that the online guy currently is not responsible for. What you're going to find is in the near future, you're going to find that all of these online retailers are going to have to start paying the local tobacco tax to where they're shipping it to. When that happens, you're not going to find the big divide between the online and your local shop anymore because that local tobacco tax is being paid. Now, back to the whole thing about the $10 cigar. Okay, let me just clarify this real quick. A $10 cigar MSRP, if I look on my price sheet, I have wholesale pricing, I have MSRP. That's our MAP pricing that we set as a manufacturer to say this is what you need to sell a cigar for or more, and no more than 10% less. Okay, so that's a price that helps us to be able to maintain the market so people aren't cheapening the brand. So if I say your MSRP is $10 in Texas, that cigar is going to be before state taxes in Texas is $10.02 because you guys have a 2 cent per cigar tax on
That's like
tobacco. That's before state taxes. Okay. In New Jersey, with a 30% tax, that $10 cigar before state taxes should be $11.50. Before state taxes. So if a guy is taking a $10 MSRP cigar in New Jersey and selling it for $10 on the nose, he's losing $1.50 or he's evading taxes. There's no way around that.
So now, let me just say this one thing about that I know in Jersey. So around me, there's like, I would say there's maybe 6 shops around me.
Yep.
So far, 2 of them have changed ownership because they couldn't keep the volume coming in, and then and three of them closed. So the only ones that are open right now is is Sanja's. We just got a new one called Casa Tobacco, whatever, something like that, but they're not doing well. And then we have one that Fuente boy owns. But I would say this. So Sanji moves a lot of product, and he gets big orders. So if he's ordering something from you, he's gonna want a minimum of at least 20 boxes because he can move it. So if
That's
you look
not-
at his
that-
store,
just to clarify, that's not a big order.
well, I'm just
Just help me understand, because that's big for us, but it's not big for anybody.
I'm just throwing a number out there.
Right.
I'm just throwing a number out there. But he wants a big order,
Right.
and that's his thing.
I get
So-
it. But let me tell you this: his
Yeah,
big
yeah.
order is not big enough to get most discounts. You go to most of
Yeah.
my online, because I handle a lot of the online guys, Cigar King, Fox, a lot of these guys that I sell to. When UPS is pulling up or a truck's pulling up and they're unloading pallets, I'm talking pallets. It's not coming in a cardboard box. When 3 pallets of one brand come off of that truck, that's completely different than what Sanja's ever going to order.
But you have to. So
Just to put it in perspective real quick, just go ahead. But I'm putting that in perspective of what a big order is. It's 3 pallets of cigars. Like the last guy sent 50,000 cigars to. Sanj isn't ordering that.
so
Go ahead.
So Sanj he just like today, what did he get in today? Well, of course, I think he got 6 boxes for, well, at least for his shop. And Drew said that it doesn't move like that, like other shit. So
Yeah.
today he got about 6 boxes of Drew State shit. You know, and that right there is, he's like, this not even fucking half the order of shit that he ordered.
Right.
So
Yeah. Go
he's
back
like,
order.
yeah. So he's like, you know, they're just shipping shit, but they're also shipping shit with new pricing. So that's what we were talking about today. So today, while I was in the shop, we were over there talking about how Drew Estate raised their prices again for the 3rd time in less than in a year.
So now that Drew Estate increased the price, he also had to increase their price, right? He increased by
Yeah,
$1.
he has to increase his price too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So if, let's say, if the price standard cigar at Keystone, and you take away how much cigar tax off the thing because you absorbed it, how much money is he making per cigar?
So
So yeah, then that
So for
means
my-
that my
so-
suspicion is correct. He's making majority of his money from his
so-
own brand cigar.
So from my belief, from what I'm thinking, I think he eats. I think he eats the state tax and pays that himself.
Right. So if he eats
Yeah.
that, he's not making money on those branded cigars because they have a wholesale price. So he's making
So-
majority of his money from his own cigar. Right?
And-
So
and
that
but
statement
listen-
should be correct.
And on top of that, he's hurting the market in the area.
Yeah, because nobody can beat his prices. So they just gotta die
I
out.
wouldn't say that because
Yeah.
every spot has a crowd. So there's a place called Railroad. So
Right.
if you like going to a lounge where there's music, DJ, shit like that, that's where you go. You go to the spot Railroad. If you like a spot where there's music and just cigar talk, you go to Sanjay. If you want to go to a place where they have live bands and shit like that, you go to the Cave. So there's a spot in Newark where on Friday nights, it's every Friday, Saturday night, there's a live band there. If you like that type of crowd, you go there.
But
I
innocent,
got it.
you're
If
saying
you like-
yourself
if you
there's
like-
3 or 4 cigar shops dying, and it's most likely because they can't beat their price.
Right.
They lose that because of their selection.
But honestly,
Like if
I really don't think they have that much selection. I've been to, PA cigar shops. I've been to even my local cigar shop. I feel like my local cigar shop had more choices than his. And Massachusetts got not a lot of selection. He's probably got maybe 6 or 7 brands.
it's more than 6 or 7 brands.
All right, name all the brands out here.
All right, I'm gonna try to go off my head. So he has everything from Ashton there. So he
Okay, that's
Yeah,
one brand.
yes.
Ashton.
so he has Ashton, Perdomo, Crown Head, CLE, Davidoff, and their class of whatever, the Avos, all that other bullshit. He has he has Foundation, he has Saka, he has Drew Estate, he has Tadawate, he has he has Alec and Bradley there. Like he has plenty of
Okay,
fucking
so that's
faces
10,
there.
right? Is that 10?
No, there's more, but there's more. What do you want me to keep going? I can
No,
keep
I was
going.
there. There's 2 walls. Okay, it's a straight hallway with 2 walls, and the rest of the tables with all his cigars.
But he also has a section. He also has the thing behind it. He also has cigars behind the register.
Yeah, I saw that. Just look again, 2 walls, 2 entire walls.
Well, I mean, listen. At the end of the day, the guy can have the biggest selection in the world, but if he's absorbing that tobacco tax and he's 2 things: if he's absorbing the tobacco tax and paying that out of his own pocket, that's extremely dumb, because you're losing money, and secondarily, you're hurting the market. I live in a market that has 78 stores. For the second largest market, if you factor in actual real cigar shop lounges, we're the number 1 in the country. I prefer to shop online for discount price, but if I want a certain cigar I don't have in my humidor, I'll buy it from a B&M. That's, yeah. So that hurts the market, because you got to remember, I'm in the market, dude. I see this stuff day in and day out, and that hurts the market on the back end. And he's leaving dollars on the table that should be used to operate business. So to pay that tobacco tax on the back end doesn't make any sense at all. Now, he can operate his business however he wants. So I'm not there. I don't operate his business, and I'm not going to argue that. But what I will argue is to have an attitude that it gets frustrating to hear people say that have access to cigars in their local area, that they will go online to buy a discount versus going and supporting their local B&M. That hurts our industry a ton. Online is great for the guys that either don't have cigar shops in their area. They're great for the guys that don't have certain brands in their area, so that the local shops aren't carrying brands that they like to smoke. It's a great place to go get it. You know, I mean, Little Guy is probably one of the guys that treats this industry the best as an online retailer. He passes on the discount to you guys that he gets, or he passes on the deals. If I give him free product, he gives you guys free product. He's not trying to profit on that free product. So of all the online retailers I deal with, Little Guy is the one that I would say handles it the best and the most appropriately without hurting the market. I see other guys that are taking things like, recently I had to yell at a shop that had the Allegiance, a brand new freaking cigar on the market that people are having a hard time keeping in stock. And he's got it at 43% off plus free shipping. I know what the guy's discount was because it's my account. And the discount was nothing. And he's selling it at 43% off plus free shipping. It's not making any money. It's stupid. Now, would I like him to move a ton of product? 100%. Dude, I'd love him to sell 100 boxes a week. Because you know what, dude? I make a lot of money that way. But ultimately, that cheapens that brand, and it hurts that local B&M, who's a family that's trying to stay in the business and feed a group of people and employ people locally to give a job. That online retailer you're buying from across the country isn't doing that. You know what I mean? And when you're finding another guy, because this is why I say this, Innocent, we have another guy that's local in Vegas that did exactly what he's doing. If what you're explaining is accurate, and it freaking started really hurting the market, and everybody turned against that guy. And I'll tell you this, almost every single cigar smoker, only the guys that go to him are the ones that compete and bring him ads to say, I can get it for this price online, will you match it? That's the only business he's getting, is the bottom feeders. All the guys that are willing to support, we've got a shop here, Fine Ash. You've been there, Tony.
Yep.
Martin, I think you've been there. Fine Ash sells their cigars at a higher price than anybody else in the state. And I'll tell you this, there's times that they're above occupancy in that store.
The drinks are good, though.
People go to a shop for an environment that they're looking for. No matter what the price of the cigar is, they're willing to pay that. But when you get guys that are discounting a cigar and not being fair on the taxes and the MSRP, it hurts the rest of the environment.
So I would say this about that. So there's places in New York City. Actually, Brian. So we were talking about this last night, Tony. The spot in Soho.
Yeah,
How-
that's a good
How
price.
much was
Ridiculous.
the markup?
That is a 300% markup. But they are a
So-
bar. You have to understand this. They are bars. That means 51% of all their sale must be from tobacco.
Who's this Raymond? Who's this Raymond guy? Is he being serious right now?
Person
Are
takes on
these
the-
serious comments coming from him?
Raymond's part of the
Have you,
chat.
you read all of them?
Well, what's wrong
Yeah,
with that?
So
Because he's pretty consistent with it.
I'm just wondering if those are serious comments that he's saying, because that's
No, I mean, yeah,
Wow.
if you want a discount, you know where to find them. That's for sure, right?
yeah, man. But that's pretty. Wow.
But yeah, I mean, Anderson, when you're
Is
talking
Raymond
about
unemployed? Does he have a job and work for somebody?
that's different. I mean,
No,
Brenda,
no,
I
it's not
wouldn't
different.
say that that's a problem. I mean, as a consumer, yeah, you gotta look for the cheapest price you can find, and most of the time. But that has nothing to do with the owner decides to set the price.
no, but so
It has everything to do with the fact that you have a job or not. I mean, dude, other people go out of business because one guy wants to cut everybody's throat.
Right, but
You
consumer is
don't give
gonna
a shit
buy
until you
whatever,
don't have
right?
a job because nobody's buying from
So-
you guys anymore.
So when you go to Casa, when you go to Casa, you're paying maybe a dollar more for certain stuff, maybe $2 more for certain stuff.
It's an open market. Oh my god.
Yeah, and
No.
70 and plus you gotta pay the 70% tax over there.
Well, in New York City,
Yeah, that's just a cost us. That's what it is, right?
but we also have one in Jersey.
Okay.
So the prices for the one in Jersey, prices for the one in New York are pretty much the same thing. So if you come to Jersey, you're paying less for your cigars because just because of the 75% tax in New York.
Right,
So-
but that also had to do with the location, right? Because I'm in New York and the rents are super high.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah,
way
but-
you can survive
Sorry.
in Soho without charging that kind of price.
But innocent,
Yeah,
that fucks up the
but-
market in New York, man. You're fucking up the market in New York by going to New Jersey. That's
So-
terrible.
Technically, yeah. Because now,
I mean,
like
you
you know,
are. You're fucking it up. I mean, why would they distribute cigars in New York if the taxes are 75% higher?
it's a tourist trap.
It's fucked up.
No, the
Well, I
the
think-
tax
well, so here's the
changed
thing.
afterward, right? The cigar shop was there before that kind of tax.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's-
so
the logic is, you know,
It's-
if you're going to damn the consumer because they're looking for a better price, well, then, you know, wherever your car takes you, just fucking pull in and get gas. Don't worry about the price of the gas, right?
But
So-
that happens too,
drive
right,
down the
Albert?
street. You don't go to Quick Trip and get your gas there because they're selling it cheaper.
so here's the thing.
Okay, hold on.
Come on, man.
Go.
As an example, you just made Costco was selling below market values gasoline, and everybody around it cannot afford that kind of price.
And they're
So they
only
were
going to have so
complaining.
much of it, right?
What?
And it's going to be a line. So there's a lot of factors that come into play with that, right?
Right, but you know that is a forceful way to keep to kill all the other surrounding competitors.
But it's not going to kill it. Is the point?
It could.
Because
So I would-
convenience-
Well,
because
according to
convenience
Innocent,
is
it
put into
is.
play.
But
Well, I
according
could
to
drive
Innocent,
over
it
to
is, right?
Sam's. I could drive
No.
to Sam's and get
No,
gas.
but
That's
but
well out of my way, so I'm not going to.
But you have-
right.
he didn't kill those places. I've been to those places, and those places only had maybe a selection of 16 different cigars to smoke there.
But Innocent, don't you
So-
think that they could have more if they have more money?
No, because those owners use that place as a club.
Okay.
They
So
Let me
differentiated.
let me tell you what kills cigar shops. There's two things that kill cigar shops. One, very poorly ran business because they can't maintain having product.
TNT cigar.
They look like they're going out of business, right? So that's one, not having product on the shelf. Number two is a terrible environment. You create an environment that people don't want to be in because it's unhappy, it's irritating, it's frustrating. You walk in, you can get that feeling of just like the air is thick and it's just not a happy place. You don't want to sit there and hang out and you're not going to tell your friends about it.
Mhm.
This is a relationship business. This business is all about relationships 100%. From the consumer all the way. And I'm not damning the consumer, but to have an attitude saying, like, I don't give a crap about the other person's business. They chose to take that risk. That's
Well, But in your first point, you make that a poorly ran business, right? That person might be overpricing their cigars because they aren't really understanding how to price it correctly.
That's a possibility. I've seen
Exactly.
that.
So they,
But-
so me as a consumer or others as a consumer does not bear the burden of keeping the motherfucker in business. He has to figure out that, oh shit, I might need to figure out the pricing model a little bit better and be competitive with my with the other lounges, or like what Innocent's saying, provide other kinds of amenities that put asses in seats where they want to be there and hang out and buy cigars or whatever else they got going on there.
So
It's you know, the first point you make is really to the point with the owner I'm talking about, because I have personal knowledge about how this guy runs his business. He overprices his stuff, and he does not make good business decisions on the kinds of things he brings in and how he goes about it. He'll buy shit on the way discount and then try to sell it as MSRP and still to bump it up a little bit. And I've seen him do that, and it's wrong. It's like, no, I'm not going to support him.
Well,
I'll support another shop because
okay.
I
I get
go to
it.
cigar
Yeah,
lounges.
we've
I'll go
looped
to
in your
other
point. I got
shops
it.
where they're more reasonable and they are, you know, they're making their money in a better, more
Okay.
in that situation.
So
All right. You're
I
right.
was so
I'm done.
so Brandon, so I would say this. So, you know, I've been to most of my shops in my area, and you know, one thing that I do notice is it's like you say, it's all about the environment. So if you're going to a lounge and you walk into a lounge and nobody speaks to you, you're like, all right, well, this is what the fuck is this?
That's the environment, right? Yeah.
So that's the environment. So like, at least for me, at my shop, and I go to some, everybody speaks to each other. When you come in, everybody says hello. They greet you. All right. If Sign's not around, I'm like, all right, what do you need? Because you have these people in there that will be able to ring you up or at least walk you to something that you might not like. Because you can say, like, you can say, do you carry this? They'll say, oh, do you carry Monte Cristos? Sans doesn't carry Monte Cristo because he only carries boutique. So he doesn't carry anything from most stuff from General Cigars. So I don't know.
Did you say he only carries boutique?
He only carries boutique. That's it.
Bro, how much of the Kool-Aid did you drink that he gave you? You just said he received a shipment of Drew Estate.
Drew Estate.
Well,
That's boutique.
How is that boutique?
Did I consider it a boutique brand?
Are you? All right, I'm done.
No.
So
Jesus.
that's what
I'm getting from this is, dude, Drew Estate is one of the big four that pulled out of the PCA. Yeah. How can you even remotely call them boutique? Like, everything about them said a boutique brand doesn't spend millions of dollars on advertising.
So like,
Yeah, but I don't think they spend millions of dollars on advertising. I think the consumer does, by the way. Just so you know.
You don't think they spend millions of dollars on advertising?
I think the consumer does. I think it goes into that little dollar price hike.
Oh my God. Okay. Here's Albert being a dumbass.
No.
Everybody, welcome to Albert trying to make a stupid point and being a dumbass. But
they take that money out of
we appreciate it.
Advertising. Boom. I bet the prices should
Albert,
come down.
Well,
Albert,
everything's being. Oh no, Albert, you can't like. If you're in that point of view, everybody pay for everybody's advertising. The same thing. You buy the product, they take the earning. They
and there are some that advertise a lot less than others, don't they? Right?
Well, in fact, Uncle Sam pays for their advertising because it's write-off.
Well, true that. I'll give you that.
Oh.
That was a very active conversation.
You know what's funny is you'll never hear a business owner arguing these points that they're arguing right now. Like, you'll never hear a business owner arguing that stuff.
Well,
it's amazing to me. So it's just. I'm sorry. Hey, Albert, time out. Remember when you were talking and going in? Remember when you were talking in circles and I let you talk in circles? It's my turn.
I appreciate you coming on and educating the the little people, man. I do.
No, it's not about educating the little people. It's not about little people and big people. It's not. But when you actually stop long enough to hear somebody that is a business owner and B is in the environment and works in this world on a consistent basis.
Mhm.
C, works directly with over 140 direct accounts and shops. D, sees the effects of these things in the local market. You want to sit there and argue that?
Okay.
That makes no sense.
All right. I imagine it don't.
That's like arguing with freaking dude. It makes no sense whatsoever. You're gonna argue it blows my mind. It absolutely blows my mind. People are gonna mark what they want. So our local shop that sells the cigars for a lot more provides a lot more. They need the money for that. They also in a higher rent district. They need the money for that. Like that's business. Yes, they chose that, but guess what? They're a packed house. But when you go down there and you've got these parties they're putting on, they've got food out there, they've got DJs coming in, that they got big names there. I mean, dude, Guy Fieri was down there with Eric Espinosa. They have what's his name, DJ on Thursdays. Like they provide all these extra experiences. That stuff costs extra money.
Right. So the other lounge that doesn't do all those things, that sells a cigar for cheaper, they're fucking up the industry.
The ones that sell it for below MSRP, yes.
But
you asked a question, Albert. You asked a question. You have to let people answer. You can't just talk over because you don't get the answer. Okay, I'm done.
But you changed it. You changed it.
Albert, Albert.
Below, and I wasn't talking about that.
Albert, do you enjoy when your students talk over you when they're answering questions? Do you find that respectful? Right. So let's have a respectful conversation. I'm trying to answer your question and you're cutting me off because you're not getting the answer that you want. So when a shop sells below MSRP, yes, they're hurting. They're hurting when they sell below. And the reason why it's selling below, he might be selling at manufacturer's MSRP, but when you factor in the state tax, the tobacco tax, he's now selling below MSRP because he's losing $1.50 on every one of those cigars because he's not charging either. A, he's absorbing it, or B, he's avoiding it, which I have accounts that have done both. I have both styles of accounts. I deal with them. One got out of prison for avoiding it. So if he's avoiding it, we'll see him in prison. And if he's absorbing it, good for him, man. That's the risk he's taking, but that doesn't decide. Maybe he's being successful with it, but it's still hurting the local market. And that's the point.
If the market is shifting to online, maybe start moving your market strategy to be in line with what the consumer want instead of wondering why you're losing money. I don't think that makes sense because then, it's the same way we all buy stuff on Amazon. The why bother to go to the mall?
Yeah, that makes no sense at all. But
right.
Again, that's like somebody
it makes sense, but at the same time, we all know malls are dying, right? We all know malls are dying, right? And because of online shopping, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Let me finish my point. Okay. So that's why if you absorb that cost, and other people cannot afford to absorb that cost, they go down. So Albert, go ahead.
Conversation started with MSRP and above MSRP, and what you just said, you shifted it down to below MSRP, and I never said that.
Okay. So in response to that, MSRP on my pricing sheet right here for the cigar is $10. That's not factoring in any tobacco tax for the state. Okay. So when you factor in a 30% tobacco tax with a $10 MSRP, that cigar should sell for $11.50, factoring in a 30% tobacco tax. That is the new MSRP for that state. Okay. Each state has a different one. Now I do for like patina. I have two separate pricing sheets for patina, one for California and one for every other state in the nation. Simply because the MSRP is different because of the tobacco tax. So MSRP for a $10 cigar in Florida, which has a 0% tobacco tax and they have zero tobacco tax, is $10. In the state of New Jersey with a 30% tax is $11.50. So that's what I said. When you're selling it at $10, you are technically in your area selling it for under MSRP. Now, that's his business choice, is to absorb that dollars. And I'm not going to argue whether his business choice is good for his business or not. That's for him to decide. But what I will tell you from experience and being in the industry is that hurts the environment. That hurts that local market.
Good. All right, Albert, go ahead.
So since I'm not talking about crossing state lines, I'm talking about the area, then the taxes would all be the same for all the shops. So when I'm comparing one shop against another and how one shop is charging a couple dollars more or $1 more for the same stick, then we can, that's the point I'm making on that. And that has nothing to do with the taxes that you're talking about. Nothing to do with it, because all things would be equal amongst all the shops at that point.
Can
So
I jump
I
in on this
agree.
one then? No, before Brendan, before you jump in on that, I want to be in the mutuals. Okay. So based on Brendan saying, right, if that cigar should have cost $11.50 and they're charging 10 because they absorb that 150, and other shop around them cannot absorb it, isn't that hurting other shops? Because now everywhere else is $1.50 more.
Are you asking me?
Yeah, because you're
Okay,
saying
yeah,
that you're not crossing state line. I'm talking about locally, right? Just that
Yeah,
state,
locally, yeah, sure.
right? So
Sure.
everybody else had just their MSRP technically would be $11.50, but for him, because he absorbed that 150, his MSRP is $10.50 or 10.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, so he is lowballing his own cigars.
Yeah, I don't know. I know that we pay Keystones throughout, from the what they buy the cigar from the manufacturer from to what you pick it up and go to the cash register from. So they need to work that out and make it I mean, how's a consumer going to be involved in all these various details? You know what I'm saying? So it's just
and you don't, and in the end, it's just whether or not you're willing, right? Are you willing to pay that 150, or you go to places that's not that absorb that cost for you, but most likely you end up buying their cigar too, and that's where they make the money from, because they have their own brand of cigar.
And most likely they're what a lot of the price variation I think is happening is their ability to buy from different distributors. So some may have better pricing than others because of the volume and things like that.
Yeah, so people who cannot move that kind of volume is gonna die near that shop, because that shop is just gonna be cheaper and can move more things. So I think that's what Brendan mean by hurting the environment, hurting the industry, because all the other one cannot compete. You have your own brand. Technically, that's conflict of interest because you're selling your own brand, your own store, more than any other cigars. So yeah, you're making that money. You gotta have that budget. You can go undercut all the other cigars, right? But people who does not have their own brand, selling all the other retailers, is gonna die out because they can't afford. All right, go ahead, Brendan.
Oh, I think Martin was first. If you don't,
I didn't see Martin's hand.
I raised my hand.
Huh?
I raised my hand.
Oh, go ahead, Martin.
So I understand both ends of the conversation. I feel like depending on where, it's all about location for me. Thinking it from a business standpoint, it's all about business and trying to make ends meet. So if you have a location that is in a specific high-end area, you're going to be spending more money because, one, they up their prices based on the area that they're paying. Secondly, you have another shop that is, I mean, you kind of pay for like that extra little, I mean, you kind of see where I'm going. Like basically you have one shop that's in a different location. You can bump the price up a little bit to make ends meet, whatever. You got another shop that's got like exclusive stuff. They're willing to sell it at MSRP. But it all depends on, I guess, where you're located and what they're willing to take a loss on. I mean, do you get what I'm trying to say?
I understand. I mean, in the end, it's actually consumer's decision, but the owner is creating that situation, allowing it, right? Because the owner had to set the price, right?
The owner is creating that situation, yeah.
Okay, James, if you know how that works, Keystone pricing means they pay half that, and so they pay tax that 30% on that $5, and $5, 30% of $5 is, yeah. Okay, move forward.
You're talking to a guy that tried to tell me that he lives in a 9 square foot apartment.
All right, go ahead, Brendan. Go ahead with the point.
before you go, Fuck you, James. I just had to get that out there. Okay. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. Go ahead.
James's strong suit is not math.
All right, go ahead, Brendan. Let's finish up the point so we can wrap it up.
Brendan, do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
I 100% understand. Yeah. So, and that's my point. Like the retailer at the end of the day can sell it for whatever they want, for the most part. But there is an MSRP, and there is a map pricing. So technically, a retailer with most brands, probably 90% of the brands out there, right, do not allow a retailer or online should not be discounting more than 10%. Now, do they get away with it? Did they do it? Of course they do. I mean, I know I know shops that and online that get away with it. The brand comes up, they slap their hand, and they go, "Well, we're not closing your account, but don't do it anymore." And they do it again, and they do it again, they do it again, because they're not going to cancel a sale of $500,000 a year, right? So that's just, we already know that. But in the local market, a $10 MSRP on paper in a 0% market, right, or $0 market for tobacco tax is $10. They could sell that as low as $9 because 10%, 10% off of MSRP. In a state that has a 30% tax, that's an $11.50 MSRP because you have to factor in the tax on that, right? So $1.50 of that is tax. So $10 MSRP is still $10 MSRP, but the consumer is absorbing that $1.50 of tax. When that guy's selling it at $10, he's now eating that $1.50 of tax, and he's not making barely any money on that.
I get it.
In a shop like this, that makes two things are a problem with that. One, it affects the market around it, because everybody else is selling by the rules by at the MSRP. Now, again, he can do what he wants to do. I'm not arguing that. The other thing, though, is that if he's selling other brands other than his own at cheaper than everybody else, you're getting people to come in and buy the other brands, and they're not even looking at yours. You make more margins on your own brands. So I would actually rather people come in and buy my brands. If I was in business, if I owned a shop that had my own brands, I would rather encourage people to buy my own brands, where I make better margins, I make more money. Now, some people are in a higher rent district, so they might have to mark it up a little bit more to pay that higher rent, but you're in a more expensive area. You're probably at a nicer shop with some more amenities and some drinks, and so you're going to pay a little bit more for that experience in that area. And that's the shop owners, that's all the shop owners' prerogative if they want to sell it for more. But when you start discounting, that affects every area every time. And that's what if you're selling it directly at the piece of paper MSRP and you're absorbing that tax, you're hurting the surrounding area and you're hurting that market just overall. Now, the business owner could do whatever he wants to do. I'm not going to argue that. I'm not going to go tell the business owner, whatever. Like, they can do whatever they want to do. But that does and has been proven to affect the local market, and not just in cigars. I'm talking about in everything. Now, Tony, your point on Costco chooses to have their gasoline as a loss leader. Those tanker trucks, I talked to one of the guys that drives in the tankers, and he makes 4 rounds a day to my local Costco dropping gasoline, just himself. There's 2 of them at least doing that. So they're bringing about 8 tankers a day of gasoline in. If you want to pay less, you're going to sit there and waste gasoline waiting in line. You're going to waste your time, but it's a loss leader. They're bringing you there to their store to try to get you in to buy the rest of the other stuff. They're making their money on the membership. So they have a profit model off of the memberships and the other stuff that they're selling you to be able to lose a little bit on that gasoline. Cigars don't have that. That's a completely different animal. And James, I'm not going to try to explain the math to you on why that's at $11.50. I'm just not going to try to help you with that one. Sorry.
And I brought that up because that literally killed the sale of gasoline that day for all surrounding gasoline.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I mean by affecting, right? You're killing the market because you forcefully doing that.
Yep, and I completely agree. And then so like this, James now saying maybe the market needs to be affected. Really? So you're going to put people out of business because maybe the market needs to be affected. Maybe my shops need to sell their cigars cheaper. Well, they have to make their margins to turn on their lights and to pay for their rent and their insurance, and for idiots like you that come in and fall down and try to sue the company, so insurance rates are so high. or for the dumbasses that voted in the higher taxes or voted in whatever legislation or whatever state representatives you have there that are voting in these higher taxes. If you want lower cigar prices, vote for them, fight for it. That's the thing that the consumer can do. They're not going to go into the individual shops and say sell it for less. The consumer on their end, and I was just having this conversation with somebody, where PCA as an organization, because PCA is not just a trade show, it's an organization, right? And it's an organization that fights for our rights and fights for the cigar pricing and all that stuff, legislation. Where the consumer, I think, where we fail as an industry is educating the consumer on how they can affect cigar prices. And where you guys as a consumer can affect cigar prices is in the taxation and what you're voting on. Be clear on what you're voting for, because states like New York have a high tax and Utah and California because the people that live there voted for it. That's your fault if you're in that area as a consumer. So that you vote for the higher taxes and you go, oh, well, my cigars are too expensive, and you go online and buy them. You're affecting that business owner, but you voted for those taxes.
So I will say that I spoke to a cigar owner in Albany, and about a lot of politicians come in there because Albany is state capital of New York. So a lot of politicians come in there, and he asked them, why do you guys keep raising the tobacco tax? How come you guys aren't lowering it? And you're in here every day buying cigars. And they go, if we try to present that, we'll get laughed off the fucking board.
Yep.
So
the ones that are laughing are the ones you guys need to be voting out.
So my only question to you is, so we have PCA, but we have PCA, and people are paying their memberships like shit like that, but at the end of the day, we're still getting screwed for fucking, from piece for like at least I feel like PCA. You know what? Fuck it.
No, I'm listening.
I'm not shaking my head at you.
I'm not laughing at you.
I'm not shaking my head at you.
I'm just laughing at you. It's Martin's comment, bro.
I know.
We are listening to your comment.
No, but all I'm trying to say is, you're saying PCA is fighting for us, but at the end of the day, like, they're not like, where are they going? And they'll put together a petition, but nothing is reaching any of these states' desks to do it. Like, we don't have any. We don't have any real legislation.
No, Anderson, I'm gonna cut you off because that's like a whole 3-hour conversation.
No, it's not, Tony. I can answer this real easy. Because again, the PCA is doing a terrible job of educating the consumer. For you to think that they're going to go fight for your state, that's on you, the consumer, and on all the shop owners to get together and create an association in the state to fight on the state level. PCA is fighting on the federal level. The reason why you're not paying $65 on average for a Robusto is because PCA has fought. They fought against the FDA, who wanted to start taxing on the import of tobacco based on the weight, without a definition of tobacco, and by lying about what they were saying that the results of testing was. So because PCA fight recently in the last year and a half, the judge has actually thrown this out and gone back to the FDA and said, wait a minute, you've presented no evidence to prove what you're trying to say. So it's all on a federal level that this is being fought, which affects you in the bottom end. They're not going to fight for your state. That's up to your state. Arizona has an association, Colorado has an association, Nevada has an association, and they fight for their local. And they need to get consumers involved. If you don't like paying 80% tax, then freaking get involved, find out who the politicians are that are laughing about it, and vote their asses out and get some real people in there. Fight for that. That's your state. But PCA is a federal fight.
Go with that? Yeah?
So,
But I still think that they should be like local hobos get together and start like a protest. I think they always get everything. So
the hobo.
Yeah. We need to have the Cigar Hobo Association where we hold signs that we want lower cigar taxes, equal right, equal cigars, that kind of stuff, where everybody will get that, because somehow all the other protests gets whatever they want and we don't. All right. So yeah, I think that's overall good conversation. Obviously, we have agreement and that disagreement, right?
Disagreement.
That's all the conversation is about,
Disagree.
right? So now, I will say next time let's not pick up pronunciation. That's kind of that's
First
more
of
below
all-
the belt a little bit.
First of all, it's New York. All right.
Don't bring
to say the
your
same way you say Newark.
no. I'm not taking that argument. I am not taking that
New
argument.
York.
It was in
People
Newark.
in New York can speak proper English. Don't give me that. I'm
No,
trying
yeah,
to
no,
defend
they
you
don't,
here.
no, they
Don't start that.
No, they don't.
Don't start that. Okay. All right. So, but that was a good conversation. You know,
Oysters.
and we hope
Oysters.
active conversations are good.
Motherfucking hoisters, son.
Active conversations are good.
Motherfucking hoisters.
Okay. So hopefully next time we can have some active conversation like this too, because you have to disagree. You have to agree to be able to see the other side of the story, and that's how it always is, right? That's how it always is. You gotta see the other side of the story, whether or not you agree. It is what it is, right?
I
Support your
agree.
local shop. Don't support your local shop. Buy online, whatever, right? So 11:21, we went over. Good conversation.
Well over.
Yeah, and those people still want to go to check, go to tribal. Other than that, have a good night. I'm gonna go to my bath.
I
Yeah,
still got a
hey,
little
see you guys
bit of-
Saturday. Bye,
Hey,
guys.
you like that, right, Martine? Yeah, I know you
I
like
like
it.
what? I like what?
You
Get
like
out of here.
what you got
Get
in
out
your
of
hand.
here.
I like